Welcome in. This is episode 1 of the Dynasty Helper, sponsored by EA Sports. We're going to help you rebuild your dynasty, start a new dynasty, learn some things about Dynasty, refresh some things you might already know, and take any team from zero to hero. First episode is going to focus mostly around team choice, getting into the mode, getting into the settings of the mode, and things you can change. So for the next 3 hours, we are an open book. We are a completely open book. So make sure if you have questions, put them in chat as we go. There will be giveaways as we're going. If you're watching this on a VOD, obviously the giveaways are not part of the VOD. They are live. We do it every Friday, 1 till 4 p.m. Eastern time. So let's get involved now. Okay, so we start from where we start. Very beginning of where we are. Yes, if you want to start a Navy Dynasty, you're more than welcome to. But let's go ahead and start. We're going to go into Dynasty mode. We're going to start a brand new Dynasty mode.
Welcome back to Dynasty mode. I'm restating.
When you sign coordinators, it's a 1-year deal. Yes, but we will get into that as we go. So we're going to go ahead and... So, Cloud, big difference here is, can you play it if servers are down? I would say, honestly, I think Cloud is the better way to play. If they get updates come to Cloud before they come to normal offline Dynasty. An offline Dynasty, you need a title update to fix. A lot of times they can do fixes on online Dynasty much quicker. The big drawback is, hey, if you're online, if you're playing an online Dynasty, if the servers go down, you can't access it. So remember there. Other thing is, too, active rosters, we always want to turn this on. Unless you're purposely wanting to start with, like, the very base rosters the game came out with, you want to make sure this has active rosters. So we're going to continue that. Go ahead and continue that. Import the rosters. There should be another roster update coming by the end of the month. We normally have those around week 0, which is next week. So if you are holding off on Dynasty because of new rosters with all the new freshmen and everything, I would say probably going to be, my estimation is next week. I don't know 100%. So make sure we have that already set. So once this finishes importing, there are drops, by the way, on the Twitch side. If you're here live, go ahead and connect your account. You get drops. They're the ones that are available for the 24 hours for the cut side of things. And again, like I said, we will have full game codes available. Full game codes. We're going to have 3 PlayStation and 3 Xbox for the game. What's going on, Ryan? How we doing, dude? All right. Benson, guys, thank you so much for the kindness. I appreciate that everyone on the Twitch side. It will not be forgotten. All right. All right, so we have Dynasty already ready to go. If you do a team builder, you can go to Team Builder, the Team Builder website. Actually do your own team. Start off as a even lower than 0-star school, or customize it any way you want. We're not going to do Team Builder for this. Custom conferences. Now, this was fixed in the last title update, but you can actually take any team you want. If you want to rebuild the old Pac-12, feel free. Anything you want to move around. Let's say you want to move Notre Dame into a conference. Go for it. You want to make everybody independent. You can absolutely do that too. So that's another way of going about things. But what we care about right now is the Dynasty settings. We want to look at the Dynasty settings. This is where we're going to make our bread and butter here, okay? Skill level. I play on Heisman. If you're new to the game, my suggestion is varsity. All-American, as we've already heard, is the place where the ratings matter the most. And what I mean by that is, if you have like a 50 throw accuracy, or let's say 85, you have 85 throw accuracy for the quarterback on the computer and also on the user. At All-American, they're both 85. You start going to Heisman, sometimes some of those ratings get backed off. Computer gets a little more help on their dice rolls for animations, things like that. If you go into varsity, you get those helpers. No hate where you play. It doesn't matter where you play. If you play on varsity to get used to the game, please do that. Enjoy the time there. The big thing is enjoying your time as you get better, okay? Coach firing. I'm a big coach firing guy. I like coach firing on, and you're going to see why when we go into like team selection here. Team selection is massive this year. They added the athletic director expectations. So coach firing gives you that fire under your seat all the time. Let's say you want to play as Alabama. If coach firing is off, you just play as Alabama and recruit as you want to go. But if coach firing is on, you have to win all of your SEC games. You're expected to be in the playoffs. All of those different things are there. Yeah, no pressure, no diamond. Exactly. What's up, Lamar? How are we doing? Coach XP setting is new on a title update. Last year, they had a bunch of different options for this. This year, there are 3. It's called Career, Simulation, and Casual. Now, Career is the intended way the mode was supposed to be with XP. Okay? Career is, it's going to be a longer term build. You're not going to be turning teams around in 3 years. Your coach level is going to take longer to get up. All this is doing is slowing your coach level down. You can do Simulation, which is kind of the next step up. Realistic pace, but also you don't want to do that 10 to 15 year rebuild, right? And then Casual. Casual is what Faster was last year. Casual is you're going to go the fastest possible available. You probably turn teams around much quicker. Your coach becomes much better, much quicker. So I'm a career guy. I was a normal guy last year with XP. I like the longer rebuilds. I like to be challenged. Player edit permission. This is more for multi-user than anything else. This is who can edit their players. If you're running a dynasty that you don't know everybody in, leave it on commissioner. Otherwise, make it any player. Just means can they go in and change their ratings and stuff. Injury. We leave injuries on. You want to turn them off, that's fine. Injuries are a vital part to having 80-some players on your roster. I think injuries should stay on. Manual progression XP penalty. I'm an auto progression guy myself, but if you do this, what it means is that the computer will auto progress. You get 25% of an XP hit for manually progressing. The game is developed with auto progression in mind. What that means is when you get skill points, the computer automatically divvies them out. I think it gives players personality. I think it gives you pieces that obstructions you have to get past. I think auto progression is better. That being said, if you want to go manual, I actually like the progression penalty. Like you should not be able to throw everything into speed. You know what I mean? Like you shouldn't be able to meta everything as it goes. How do I not get burned out 4 games in the Dynasty? We'll have more of that too. Pre-order membership bonuses. This is specifically for if you pre-order the game, you get extra coach points. Also the Visionary archetype and the Rainmaker archetypes, which were MVP plus exclusives, are on with this. I'm going to turn this off for now because a lot of you watching don't have access to those. I want to teach you how to do it without those settings. What I will tell you is Rainmaker and Visionary are both incredibly overpowered. In my opinion, I think both of those trees are good to use if you want to do it solo. If you're in a multi-user dynasty, this should get turned off for balance unless everybody has access to them. So heads up on that. Like if you have some users that don't have MVP plus and some that do, you want to have this off to maintain your balance. Recruit flipping just means if you get to the verbal commit stage, which is new in 27, can they flip? If not, a verbal commit essentially adds up to be what a hard commit was last year. Means as soon as they verbally commit, you get them. It skips the verbal, goes directly to hard commit. They don't go anywhere. Verbal commit influence percentage. Okay, so this is new as well. When you get to a verbal commitment, it earns a percentage bonus on top of the normal recruit influence. So if you have a verbal, if you get the verbal first, you get a percentage bonus as opposed to other teams chasing you. That means when you get to that verbal, other teams below you, 2 or 3, are going to have to put in that much more to get that commit to flip to you. Okay, that recruit's gonna have to flip a commit to you. They have to do that much more. Default is fine. I don't think there's any big deal. If you really want to make things go wild, put this down to 10% or down to 0% and watch how quickly some of these big teams jump in after a verbal. That's a cool little thing to mess around with. Play cooldown, play limit. These are for guys that if you don't want to cheese plays over and over again, cooldown will actually take it so how long you can make a call before you can make it again. So like, let's say you call, single back, ace, halfback dive. If I call it once and I put this on 5, I have to call 5 other offensive plays before I can call that same halfback dive again. It's the same on defense. I'm going to be very clear about this. Madden splits these. College doesn't. So to be very clear, if you set this, it's also going to stop your defense. I don't have a problem with cheese plays. It's not something I really worry about that much. So I just call the plays I like to call. Play call limit, same idea. How many times can you call a play? How many times can you call a play? So if I call that HB dive once, I don't have access to it for it anymore. I have no more access to it for the rest of the game. So some people set these, again, this is more a multi-user league in my opinion. You can go all the way up to 20 for this. I leave it off because, again, I don't really cheese the computer. I find it better to have a more realistic play call. We will go into play calls, by the way, in this series, probably episode 2, going over playbooks, archetypes, and going into what the play call will be. Is it removing the playbook? No, it'll still show you there, Ben. It'll still show the play. It'll just be grayed out. It'll be grayed out and say can't select or limit hit is what it'll say. So quarter length. It depends on what you want to do. 8 minutes, no accelerated clock for me gives me anywhere between 120 and 130 plays between both teams. That's realistic. You can go further than that if you want. If you just want to run and play, 5 minutes, 6 minutes is fine. I'm an 8-minute guy. I always will be. It takes about 45 to 50 minutes to play one game if you're playing it out in full. If you're playing it via like play the moments, it takes like 10. So again, depends on how you want to roll with it. I roll 8 minutes. Anything you want to do by there. The big thing is if you want to have this to be realistic, if you're trying to have the most realistic franchise, what I would say is when you go into the stats and you see and under team stats, right? And you see total plays. When you add both sides up, they should be between 120 and 140. College goes a little faster, so that's pretty good. So play cooldown is the best thing to use, trying to be highs and settings. I mean, I get challenged anyway. Like I don't have to not make play calls. I would call play cooldown the restraint thing. If you have restraint, you don't have to set play cooldown. If you have calls you know you're gonna cheese the computer with, then play cooldown's probably for you. So, K-States, this is about the we're doing a Dynasty tutorial. We'll take questions about real life later. So there we go. Coach mode enabled. Coach mode is new. Well, new this year in all the options that it has. If you do this, you call the play, then the players do the play as they go. Auto pass means they will pass the ball. Auto snap means they will snap the ball. Coach suggestions means coach suggestions will be available. Otherwise, you can turn it off. And then pre-play cutoff is really cool. What it does, it gets down to 15 seconds. You can change anything pre-play up until 15 seconds. Once 15 seconds hits the play clock, it shuts off your ability. It's almost like the headset on a QB shutting off in 15 seconds. So, difference between cheese and plays you like is very slim. I'll be honest with you, Hal. I've never had that problem. So, again, it's gonna be individual user stuff for play cooldown. If you can't control yourself, if you can't keep it in your pants, sorry, then use play cooldown. So, I'm not a coach mode guy, so we're gonna turn that off. Wear and tear on. There are no issues with wear and tear in college football. Now, what I will say to you is, if you don't like wear and tear, which means it is the body's getting hurt or people going around like that and taking injuries a little earlier. This is not fatigue. Remember, this is based around injuries. You can turn this off. I will tell you, college football is a grindy game when it comes to real life. There are reasons you see 3, 4, 5 running backs getting carries in one game. You go with, especially option teams, you go with that kind of stuff. There are reasons you have people doing this kind of stuff. So, wear and tear, I think, is essential. I think it's one of those things that really ups the ante as you're going. So, you can adjust these down if you want. Some people like to adjust down like the impact and up like the sack impact and stuff. Again, I think it's tuned very well, decently. Recovery, Liverpool, here we go. Transfer portal. Transfer portal is, Jesus, how many times are we going to hear about the transfer portal now, right, chat? In real life. Max transfers, user player transfer, and CPU player transfer chance. What this means is how many players can transfer off your team at any point. Any team in the league, all 138 teams, the max they will lose is 20. I will tell you this. It is set at 20. The next Dynasty I do, I'm setting it to 30. But why is that, Mills? Well, if I'm not keeping the players happy, I want them to leave. That's the challenge I'm going to put on myself. If there are players that want to leave for certain deal breakers because I didn't realize what their deal breakers were, if there were NIL requests because a player got really good, I don't want to get saved because I can only lose 20. I want that to hurt. Do you think turning down the amount of transfer per team will cause the NIL price to go up? No. This does not affect the NIL price. Player transfer chance, I think these are good where they are. I think moving it up to 30 gives you the more, that realistic, the North Texas effect, we can call it. Anyone that watched college football last year, North Texas was incredible in the American. Had a lot of really good players. Their coach left for Oklahoma State. Their quarterback left for Oklahoma State. Their top wide receiver left for Oklahoma State. Their running back left for Oklahoma State. I don't even have to keep telling you. Oklahoma State is essentially the new Mean Green. So I just think the transfers are essential, and one of those things you have to go with that. So season experience. Do you want to have it customized, simple, or full? Full, all it does is change this, okay? League advancement, I would say leave it on manual so that way you can advance when you want to go. But if you do customize, again, auto recruiting. Auto recruiting is better this year. It's still not great, but auto recruiting is better this year. If recruiting is too much for you, that's fine. Put it on auto. My job here is to teach you. You can leave this on off, and we'll teach you how to go about it, okay? Auto progress players, I told you I'm an auto progress guy. I like those players that have personalities and grow to where they want to grow to, and then I have to deal with that. If you want to have manual progression on, just turn it off. Same thing, user auto progression. This is for the coaches, user coaches. If you want to build your coach up how you want, otherwise you let the computer do it. I would say this is the most essential off in the settings. You want to control your coach. Dynasty is about your coach. It's about your coach growing, about your coach moving on to other jobs. This, leave off and really customize. Learn those abilities. Manage the overall budget. This is new. This is the NIL. This is your NIL money. The overall budget, the support staff, and the facility spending is probably the most confusing thing in college football this year. I've seen so many people fall prey to using too much of their money in year one and not having it for year two. People hear those words of, well, the NIL is use it or lose it. I have to use it. I have to use it. And don't realize that if you use it towards recruiting, it pops right back up for season 2. So we'll go over what NIL is. We'll go over your budgeting. I would say, again, learning the budget is a good thing. Learning how to do the budget is a good thing. Being able to do that yourself. But if it's overwhelming to you, you can set those to on right here. So let's back that off. We have our settings. We have everything for us to go. Let's go advance.
Now it's time to choose your team. Each school
Team selection. Okay, team selection. So
goals that you'll need to accomplish as a coach.
the big thing here, the big thing that's changed here is 80 expectations. You can see every single team and what you're getting yourself into, okay? Dynasty points right here. This is important. These are important. And then as we go ahead and tab further over, you see the budget that they have going on right now. How much is unspent? So this is your current budget, and then if I move over here, it shows what everything has gone to grade-wise and how it affects that. So again, your program tradition gives you budget. Your stadium atmosphere gives you budget. Brand exposure gives you budget. Conference prestige gives you budget. That's what adds up to this, okay? Here's a massive one, 80 expectations. This is new this year. This makes any team in college football a fun dynasty. I'm going to say that again. This right here makes any team in college football a fun dynasty. And why is that? Well, okay, we have Illinois, right? Illinois wants us to finish the season with a school career win rate of 50 plus. Currently, we're 58%. So as long as we don't lose too much and that doesn't sink, we'll be okay. Make the CFP this season. Now, there is not a large penalty for losing that. Okay? Small penalty for losing that. But if you make the CFP in season 1, that's massive. This is all your impact reward for your job security. Okay? And then sign a top 60 national signing class. Honestly, I think that's a little easier than people think it is. But again, the reason it's easy, bam, you don't get any positive impact. You only get negative impact. The other thing you do is if you get any of these rewards, this is a one-time reward for you. One-time NIL reward for that. You can also see the school grades. Any kind of school grades you have for the school. Now, when making a team selection, why did I say any team could be fun? Well, let's take Georgia. Oh, you know what? Let's go to the bottom of the barrel first. We're going to hold right trigger. We're going to go to 0 stars. Okay, so let's say we want to be Buffalo. What are the expectations of Buffalo? Well, first of all, they know they don't have great dynasty points. They have very little dynasty points. You're going to be looking at 1 and 2 stars for the most part. School demeanor, balanced. What does this mean? How quick are they to jump? Now you're going to see patient here, see patience there. There are a couple of them that are impatient. Southern Miss is impatient. How quickly are they to jump on like getting stuff off? You know what I mean? How quickly will they be like, oh no, this guy's not doing good. We have to fire him. Same thing with job difficulty. They're pretty much telling you how difficult it's going to be successful. Most of these 0-star schools are going to be very high because you're starting low. Okay? That's all right. Where are the pipelines? This is also huge. Where are you getting your pipelines from? Especially as a smaller school, right? Smaller school, you get something like this where you get your level 3 pipeline to Ohio, level 3 pipeline to Indiana, you know, level 3 to North Carolina. Like you're getting a bunch of those. You're getting a bunch of those pipelines, and a lot of your players are going to be coming from that area. I think that's a good thing. I think that's a great thing, actually. So. And then Dynasty Blueprint, again, we're going to go over this more as we go into the facilities and everything, but this is a big marker on this. And what this is you're going to set this when you go in. You're going to set these percentages, not the numbers, but the percentage themselves. This is what are they set to currently. So all of those things. For us, let's make this a hard one, right? Let's make this a hard one, okay? Let's go with let's go with a random team. We're going to Y random team this. We're going to random team until we get a 1 or no star. Jacksonville State. There we go. How hard is Jacksonville State? School demeanor is balanced. Job difficulty is very high. The athletic 80 expectations are make a bowl game in the next 3 seasons, win a road game this season, or sign at least 1 3-star recruiter better this season. But Mills, what if I wanted to go to Georgia? This is why it's still tough. 25 turnovers on defense. I'm going to be real with you. Over a 12-game season, even with Georgia, with that SEC schedule, tough. Allow fewer than 14 points per game this season. On Heisman? With realistic snap counts? I mean, Georgia's got a fantastic defense, 94 overall defense, but 14 points is a low number. And again, while it may not have the impact negatively, it also only has a 1-box other one. Here's where the big one comes in. Beat Florida by 7+. Beat Florida by 7+. So no matter what happens, if you don't destroy Florida, you're in the immediate hot seat. Immediate hot seat. Same thing with like Florida. Look at Florida. Beat Florida State. If you don't beat Florida State, year one, you're on the hot seat immediately. Score at least 40 points a game this season. Have at least 400 yards of offense on any one game. That's a little easier, but again, and if you have impatient, look at this reactionary. Reactionary is not good. It's not impatient, but it's, yeah, right. And what Lethal says is if you have an impatient school, those impacts go bigger. Right, you have a bigger negative impact with a school demeanor, lowered school demeanor, and green has a lesser impact. So let's even go, let's say I talk about Alabama, right? What's Alabama want? Alabama is a very impatient school. So the Reds are going to be worse. The Greens are not going to be as good. Job difficulty, medium. It's still a very good team. Right? Right. It's great. You know what? Everything's fine. I've got multiple tier 5 pipelines. How hard could this be? How hard could this be? Well, yeah, I mean, until you get to the point where you have to finish the regular season undefeated, be ranked in the top 5 at the end of the regular season, and also beat Auburn. By the way, if you don't beat Auburn, you're out. If your expectation is national title contender, you lose 4 games, you're out. Be ranked in the top 5. You don't do that, you're out. Which means you probably have 2 losses you can do. Finish the regular season undefeated. Okay, well, you're not going to be out for that, but you know, they're impatient. So make sure you show up. This is why it's more fun. This is why some of these teams can be fun. Even like the BYUs of the world. Playoff hopeful, you have to beat Utah. Rivalries come in, win a conference title, all of those things. Army, beat Navy. I mean, it's real easy. Army, beat Navy, right? Navy, I guarantee Navy says beat Army. Yep, right here, beat Army. Air Force is a rival, but Army's who we have to beat. So remember that. Don't always think not every dynasty has to be a rebuild. Not every dynasty has to be this 1-star turnaround story. You could take a 4-star team and really challenge yourself in the SEC, or you could take Oregon and really challenge yourself in the Big Ten. All of those things matter. They matter as much, though, if in settings of year 1 you can't be fired. It still matters. It still matters. Because what I'm saying, Mind Flayer, is even if you can't be fired in year 1, year 2, it's very hard to dig out of that hole. It's very hard to dig out of a hole if you put yourself in a hole in year 1. Ohio State, same thing. Top 10 class, make the CFP, beat Michigan by 3. So same idea. The thing is, you don't want to get yourself into a hole in year 1. We're going to do Jacksonville State because it's a nice 1-star team that's got some wins under its belt. The school demeanor is balanced. We're not too worried about going anywhere. The Dynasty blueprint, Dynasty budget is $815. Not easy. 80 expectations or make a bowl game in the next 3 seasons, so we got to finish above 500, win a road game, and sign at least 1 3-star recruit. Okay, so we're going to go Jacksonville State.
Now it's time to choose your role on the coaching staff.
What are you going to do here? So what I will tell you is this.
New coaching opportunities via the coaching
You still get to handle recruiting no matter what you are. If this is going to be a long-term thing for you, and you want to build up as a defensive coordinator or an offensive coordinator or a head coach, or if you want to build up as a coordinator, you can. If this is going to be a long-term thing, absolutely not a problem here. We're going to do head coach just because I want to show you a couple of... actually, you know what? Should we do offensive coordinator? Because one of these episodes I'm going to talk about moving up in job, but yeah, let's do defensive coordinator. Let's do defensive coordinator. Right, the better you are, the more is expected out of you. We could be Brian Williams already, or we're going to create a new coach.
Now you need to choose your coach's
Okay. This is where the choice paralysis starts to set in.
Recruiters excel at
Well,
finding and bringing
what do I want to be?
their programs.
What do I want to be?
Maximize your team's chances of success on
Do I want to be a motivator,
your understanding of the
a recruiter, or a tactician? Well, here's what the differences are. The motivator is all about progression, okay? Progression is all the motivator does. All he does is every time something happens, you're going to get progression. You're going to get higher progression rates for your players. The other thing is anytime your players gain a level, so player level equals coach XP. Okay? Anytime your players level up, you get XP. That is the motivator starter. That's the special thing for it. Recruiter. This means you're going to get extra recruiting hours, more impact, things like that. This is good if you want to re-recruit your entire school. Okay? That's a good way to start. I will tell you, neither of them are my favorite. I'm normally if you have a low-end school, normally one of these two is the right starter. One of these two are the right starter. But if you're a gameplay guy, you play every game. You want every game to matter. You want to make sure the players on the field are having the absolute best opportunity. What's up, Doom? How we doing, brother? Appreciate you guys over on the on the green side. Want to make sure that was live. Sorry, chat. Tactician's your move. What is Tactician? Tactician gives you the most in-game gameplay boosts. The most in-game gameplay boosts. So again, this is, ratings boosts, QB accuracy, composure, which is huge during the game. And your coach XP, you get coach XP the easiest way. Wins. W's get you coach XP. Your coach levels up with how good of a winner you are. All right? We're going to do motivator for this one because, again, when it comes to postseason, I want my players, I want to be able to recruit 1 and 2 stars and build them up. Okay? I want to build them up as quickly as I possibly can. So that's my thing. That's where I fall in love with that stuff. Okay? So we do motivator. Here, just building your coach out. This is the fun part. We'll go ahead and make Coach Mills. Good old Coach Mills with his visor, chat. I think although Coach Mills has a hat in this one. There are a couple settings in this that matter, by the way. Gotta put it right for the wall. Exactly, Doom. Do not worry about your offensive or defensive playbook yet. You do not have to worry about that. We'll worry about that when we look at the roster. Your playbook is not a big deal. If you've got a playbook you want to go with, go ahead and put it in here. But for the most part, not worried about playbook yet, okay? Alma mater. Anything you want, just know that it will affect your pipelines. It gives you a pipeline boost for wherever, or I'm sorry, it doesn't give you a pipeline boost. It gives you a boost to maybe getting that job. So, what do you mean? It's already live, man. Yeah, it's live right now. So, online versus offline, talked about it earlier. I like online because we get the updates faster. Offline just means you don't get your opportunity. Or offline just means that if the servers go down, you have access to it. So, Dynasty, this is teaching. This is a whole 4 episodes. Boston College, alma mater will help you get the job at that place. So, let's say it's not the end-all be-all. Let's say I'm a Florida State alum. It means that if the Florida State job comes open, I have an opportunity. I'll get a little bit of a boost to get in there. But honestly, other than that, doesn't matter that much. So just have fun with it. We'll just, you know what, we'll do. What's the target this dynasty? Where do I want to go? Where do I want to go? I'm going to make myself an Oklahoma alma mater. Pipeline. Now, this does matter. Whatever pipeline you choose, you get a bonus pipeline. You get a pipeline bonus towards this. Your assistant coaches will have bonus pipelines as well. So let's say where are we at? Jacksonville State. I kind of want to go with Florida, honestly. Florida's got some good athletes. Central Florida. North Florida. Let's go North Florida. North Florida. Demeanor. Again, doesn't really matter. You can do whatever you want in demeanor. Stance, same thing. It's just kind of what do you do on the sideline? Adaptive AI. This matters. This is a big thing for one specific group of people. And that is if you use coach suggestions. Okay? This also affects if you sim. No, I'm sorry. This is only in gameplay. Only in gameplay. The only thing this affects is your coach suggestions in game. And what this means is how quickly will your coach adapt to what's going on in the field. I want to be very clear about something. Your playbook, your offensive and defensive playbook have a very set coach suggestion by themselves. Okay? What this will do is as the game goes on, both of these go together to start affecting the second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. Okay? It is not for simming, it's for gameplay. It's for coach suggestions, it's not for gameplay. Your gameplay is based very much on your playbook. So, and the players on your team. So the big thing here is, what do you want to be? So there, they do not affect sim. System coach means you stick with the playbook. Situational strategist means you will adjust depending on situation once in a while. Balanced pressure means you will tend to blitz a little bit more balancedly. Flexible play caller means that you are not strict to the playbook. You will be very flexible as the situation calls for it. Mad scientist, there is no playbook. The playbook is there. The playbook is there, okay? But you call from all of it. Situations go out the window. You are doing your best as a mad scientist to surprise the other team. What's up, IP? Reactive schemer, whatever they're doing, I'm going to scheme. I don't care about what my scheme is. I care about their scheme. What are they running? I'm now immediately reacting to them, and I react much quicker. I go away from my scheme quicker to try to react to them faster. Matchup oriented. Again, it's going to be, is there a number one receiver out there? Are they heavy running back? Is their quarterback more of a scrambler? Matchup oriented goes more about the players on the field, and ground control obviously is going to be, hey, stick to the run game. Stick to the run game. Clock and cushion, same idea. You want the least amount. This is like the Service Academy. Least amount of plays that you could possibly have in a game. This is a good protection one, by the way, if you want to try to like slow a game down. And then back to system coach. So all of these things, you can change these, by the way. You don't have to worry. If you don't set these right, you can go back in to edit your coach at any point during the dynasty and change all of this. So no huddle style. Aggressive means you no huddle more. Conservative means less. Balance means fine. Offensive and defensive aggressiveness. Defensive aggressiveness is how often you pressure, how often you will be up in the face of the quarterback, as opposed to shelling back. No huddle style is the obviously how quickly you go through your no huddle. And offensive aggressiveness is how often will you shoot for a big play? 20 plus yards. How often are you looking for a 20 plus yarder? That's a big thing. By the way, if any of this information is good or something you didn't know, clip. Use the clip button, boys. Those are going to be extremely helpful for us after this. So make sure you're clipping anything that you think might be a good subset of information. Dynasty point strategy. Again, we can change this when the dynasty starts, but this is going to be what your guidelines are for your dynasty points. You do not have to follow this. This is pretty much saying the percentages I showed you earlier. This is changing those. So again, at Jacksonville State, we're going to be developmental because we're trying to get better. Recruit and retain is pretty much getting guys and keeping guys. Like once you recruit them, you want to keep them. Talent acquisition is pretty much I don't care about the staff or anything. I care about getting the best players I can. And then portal program means I don't care about recruiting. I care about going out in the portal, grabbing those guys and staying there. So yes, you can be a coordinator, get hired somebody else. Yes, correct. You can start as a coordinator, play one side of the ball. Now you will still count. You still do the recruiting for the entire team. I will say that. So even though we're being an offensive coordinator, you still do the recruiting. So, and then what we're gonna do appearance-wise. Where's my head? I know I got a beard and a white hat. The one that looks somewhat like, there it is. There it is. There he is. Big ol' ears. No, you're good. You're good, Ivy Bass. You're good, Ivy. Just in general. Okay. Height doesn't matter. You can go back. Again, these are things you can change at any time. And then gear, same idea. Really doesn't matter what you're putting on here. You can change these at any time. This is just how swag you want to look, right? Yes, I said swag. You're going to have to deal with it. let's see here. Yeah, let's go with this. I like this. Actually, you know what? I like the multicolor. Give me more colors. You know what I mean? Yeah, give me an undershirt there. That's what I like. Let's go with that. Coach needs the drip. Swag. We'll do gray pants. Game's so hard for me. Hey, man, that's what we're here for. By the way, if you guys have questions, please feel free to ask. Feel free to ask. Did we lose shoes? Or can I only use certain shoes on certain bottoms? Interesting. Oh, it locks to the team school, so we're Adidas. Oh, that's a good point. See, I'm learning things too. I did not know that. I was the one. Yeah. Shoe brand based on your school. So we're an Adidas school. So we're going with Ultra Boost, boys. All right, continue. See, even the teacher can learn. All right, this is going to be your contract signing screen. Again, it tells you what your starting job security is. Right here. It tells you your school demeanor like it did on the first page. It tells you the history of the school. So we got something to live up to. And then it tells you your coach points for the offer. It means you're not getting any coach points. What's up, Clout? And then we have win 75% of your conference games this season, force at least 10 turnovers this season, and beat Kennesaw State. So less than 1 turnover a game, beat your rival Kennesaw, and 75% of your conference games, because that's about where we were before. We are a bowl hopeful. So again, some of these changed as well. Remember that. Remember we read these? Some of these changed, so. All right. So, now, welcome to your Dynasty screen. I don't need to see Jeremiah Smith. Up here is your current setting, is your current status bar, what level your coach is, how many coach points you have, how many Dynasty points you have open, what your job security is. So we're coming in with job security hot seat. We're coming in with job security hot seat. You ready? Okay. We're going to view the blueprint. This is our school blueprint. Now, remember when I told you could change some of the budget pieces in here? Right now, our coaching staff is doing 170 points at 20%, even though it's suggested at 15. So I want you to keep an eye right here. So we're a little high on that. We have a 10% facility that we're not spending anything on. We have a 25% recruiting NIL, which we're not spending anything on yet. And our roster NIL is 46%. Here's what I will tell you. I do think that you should combine these two numbers and think about them together. Okay? Now, there are going to be players that leave your school. There are going to be players that leave your school at some point, and that will be part of it. So we have 32% of our budget. 32% of our budget is unspent. So what does that mean? Well, if we look at this percentage here, right? Wait, why is this on auto? Oh, because he's the head coach. Never mind. Because he's the head coach. So what I will tell you is this. When you're doing this as a head coach, you see this percentage right here? This is 30 and 25. I would add these together to 55%. And then you see this right here? This is a 0 and a 46. So this means you have 9% of your budget left to use. Be very, very careful. Okay? It says the whole line that I hear in the community all the time. I hear all the time in the community is what? Use it or lose it, right? Use it or lose it, right? Well, it's not use it or lose it. Because anything that goes into this recruiting NIL, if you sign people, goes into your budget. So let's say we spend this 265 all in recruiting. And let's say, just for easy math, let's say this entire 380 is not leaving next year. Is not leaving next year, right? That's no, Chop. It's for explosive plays and how aggressive you are overall. But again, that it doesn't affect you. It only that only affects the sim in the play calling. So okay, so if we have 380 going into next year, and we add on 265, that means out of our total budget, which is only 815, we have now spent 645. You could absolutely calculate seniors being out. What I'm telling you is be very careful, because the only thing out of this 645 that you're going to lose, the only thing out of this 645, specifically these, if you use it all in recruiting, minus transfers or seniors. Okay? You got to be very, very careful about that, because it is not, again, they love to call it use it or lose it. It is not use it or lose it. This is use it or lose it. Anything here gets refreshed on the new calendar year, on the new school year. This stuff does not. This is the biggest trap that happens to Dynasty players in year one. The largest trap the Dynasty players in year one is they say this is use it or lose it. These do not refresh unless you lose transfers or seniors. Anything you go into recruiting does not refresh. The staff and facilities does refresh. So remember that. That's a big thing. That is a huge thing. All right. Is the staff budget adjustable? Yes. We're offensive coordinator. The head coach is the one that adjusts it. What you will have is, if you're a head coach, is right here. And we'll show that when we get to a head coach, where you can actually adjust what you want to do. So like right now we're developmental. Like you can adjust what the different percentages are. You don't even have to follow the percentages. I want to be very clear about that. This budget, if you have suggested 20% and you end up spending 30%, it is not going to hurt you. The only thing it's going to hurt is you're not going to have that NIL to spend somewhere else. That's all. That's literally the only thing. With that being said, let's do our first giveaway. Now, I want to be very, as a heads up of this, YouTube and Kick, unfortunately, the giveaways are only available on Twitch. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. The first giveaway is going to be the same thing as all the giveaways. They're going to be a code for the game. If you do not own the game, or you have somebody you want to have the game, it is going to be a full game code. So, and we're going to go ahead and say the keyword you want to enter for this giveaway is, and we'll keep going after this just for it. It's Dynasty, chat. If I can spell Dynasty right, which is not going to happen, apparently. Yep, it's Dynasty. For a full code for the game, chat, it's going to be for either... Oops, that's not right. It's going to be for either PlayStation or Xbox. We do not have PC codes, unfortunately. So Dynasty is for a full version of the game. All right, let's keep moving while you guys are locking in for this, okay? Keep moving while you guys are locking in for this. This is actually good because I didn't want to have to worry about doing all the facilities in this until we're a head coach. So as an offensive coordinator, you recruit for everybody, okay? You have your recruiting board, you have your top classes board, you have your My School board. This is all your grades. This is your transfer portal, which will show up after the end of the season. And the prospect list. Now, what's nice about this prospect list, chat? I'll show you. Move this up a little bit so I can... There we go. What's nice about this prospect list is it's taking into effect... It's taking into effect any positions you're going to need. So it says I need 3 quarterbacks for this offense, right? Well, if I click the right stick in here, it tells me I have 1 senior, 1 sophomore, and 1 freshman, and it gives me all the players that I have over here. Okay. One of the senior Jones is gonna graduate, so we're not gonna have him anymore. Creel, there's a great chance that Creel leaves after this season. So we've got 1, 2, and in this offense, they want us to have 5 total quarterbacks. So we got to recruit 5 more or 3 more. Okay. Same thing, running back. It's going to show that we need 1 running back. We need a total of 6, right? Well, the only one we really have to worry about leaving is this right here. We have one senior. I mean, we've got 3 freshmen and 2 sophomores, right? Again, it's not, one thing it's not taking into effect, it's not taking into effect anyone that might transfer, okay? Even on this quarterback thing, it doesn't want 5, it wants 5 total quarterbacks. So if I think Creel might leave, maybe I want to do 4 quarterbacks if I think Creel's somebody that's going to leave, especially as a pure runner. So running back, none of these guys should leave. In the 70s they're at. Maybe Lando leaves. But again, we just want to make sure we have that ready to go. We need 10 receivers. It's saying, or we have a total of 10 receivers in the number. Right behind my camera. Let me move this down for a second. It says we have a total of 10. It's saying we don't need any more. Now, does that mean you shouldn't recruit for one? No, because we've got an 84 overall. Look at this. 84 overall junior that probably is not going to stay at Jacksonville State a second year. Hell, even this 76 might not stay at Jacksonville State a second year. So, and we have a senior leaving now. We don't really need any more than that, so we'll have a good receiving core. Tight end, we have 3. But again, one of them is a 72. Am I worried about Alpers leaving? Not necessarily. But again, so this is really cool that it'll show your needs, and it also shows your needs at the top of the recruiting page right here. How do I pick recruits? Okay, so let's start with this. First of all, we are if you go to my school, it'll tell you everything about your school. We are a 1-star school with a severe lack of budget, NIL budget, and pretty much all of our school grades are garbage. Pretty much all of our school grades are garbage. The one thing that we might be able to play with here is play style. A lot of people question the play style deal breaker, right? Right? So the play style deal breaker, what does that mean? So like right here, Caleb Hendrick is a blocking fullback, right? That is a play style deal breaker. Right now we're at A+. That grade's going to change as the season goes around. So let's just say for some reason he has a C or something, right? Well, Mills, he's the only fullback that's going to be in the roster. His play style should be fine, right? The play style should be fine. Like, we just run the ball. Well, remember, it's not about just running the ball. It is about running the ball compared to every other team in the country. Your play style rating is a direct comparison to the rest of the country. So let's say his is if you can use right trigger under play style, we're going to go to fullback blocking. We see what he cares about. He cares about offensive rush yards per game, right? We're sitting at 247, which puts us at A+. But 247 is not a number that designates A+. It means that we are better, or we're worse than these, but we're better than everybody else per game. If for some reason 20 teams jump us in the team rankings, then we will go down in grade. See how this is 7 to 11 is A, 1 through 6 is A+. We will jump down in grade even if our number doesn't change. So the number doesn't matter. It's how you compare to the rest of the league. If the league is going on a running spree and running is your strength and you're not keeping up, your play style grading will go down. Okay? The only other thing you have to worry about when it comes to a deal breaker that doesn't really explain very well is playtime. Playtime deal breaker does not mean how many snaps a guy is getting currently in your season. Okay? It is their overall rating compared to these 3 pieces. Okay? Let's see here. For feedback purposes, could you pass along the EA team as coach? This is your game. Hey, for feedback purposes, found this is a Dynasty, not a cut stream. So I appreciate you, but it's not a cut stream, my man. No, we didn't do the giveaway. I never do the giveaways during the ad. So for me specifically, found I didn't want cut giveaways. I was very happy with the fact that there were games. A lot of people have the games, and I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm not doing cut giveaways during a Dynasty stream. Sorry. There are cut drops on actively currently right now. All right, chat, let's go ahead and run the giveaway. Dynasty points aren't something that have an ability to give out. Yeah, you don't they can't give out Dynasty points. All right, chat, if you have not already typed it in for the full code of the game, Dynasty, type Dynasty in the chat. One more time for me. Yep, give me one more time, chat. Everybody give me a Dynasty in chat. I'll roll this in about 30 seconds. Not a problem at all, Found. I appreciate the feedback. I just, personally for me, doing a cut roll giveaway doesn't do a whole lot during a Dynasty stream. All right, chat, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Coach Playa, are you here? I know you are because you just typed. Coach Playa, are you here? I just want to make sure before we go ahead. You are here, okay. Coach Playa, what console are you going for? PS5 or Xbox, dude? PS5 or Xbox, my brother? PS5, I got you. Do me a favor, Coach Playa, if you would not mind, please go ahead and... Well, once I hit my whisper button, there it is. Oh, you need to turn your whispers open. Your whispers are blocked from strangers. If you wouldn't mind. Let me know when that's done. All right. When I'm talking about playtime, let's go back to playtime. So your playtime is your overall. Incoming overall counts too, by the way. So the committed QB prospects. The committed QB prospects matters. If you've got a QB prospect that is like a 5-star that's estimated to come in as a 78, and you've got a 72 overall starting quarterback with a playtime problem, he's going to look at that as being a threat. Okay? Same thing, graduating QB seniors. This is good. If you've got seniors that are graduating and you have a freshman that has a playtime deal breaker and he's the highest rated one left, that deal breaker, that grade will go up for him. And then the grade is a general. So the entire grade is 71. So now you know kind of where the overall sits. This right here, the grade is the overall average grade of what you have. So again, do those players risk transfer? And you can do this for every position. If you go down to the playtime, you can do this for every position you have. Our halfback position grade is 72. Our wide receiver position grade is 69. We have tight end, left tackle. You can pretty much see where we're going with this. Every single one of those gets a grade and how many committed prospects we have. So when you're looking at playtime, remember, it is not the amount of snaps. So, what's going on, C-Man? How we doing? Perfect. Okay. Let me get the Dynasty text off the screen. There we go. All right, so that explains the two biggest recruiting hurdles. The worst feeling is adding guys to your board, going back to add hours. You add too many in the position. Now the best one doesn't want to come to your school, and you have to get rid of somebody, right? Same problem. I do it all the time. You add like 3 quarterbacks, and you realize one of them has a playtime deal breaker. That's why when you're adding guys. So now, how do we add? What do we do for prospects, right? What do we do for prospects? Well, what I do is this. I go ahead and I look at the playbook first. What playbook? And we'll get into this in the second episode. And we go, well, what does my playbook require? Right? For Jacksonville State, I kind of want a pure runner. I want a backfield creator. That's just kind of the way I want to go. Again, we'll go into what playbooks to decide in episode 2. That'll be more of that. So let's see here. Well, let's go to search, which is the Y or triangle. You're going to do position quarterback, player type. I'm going to look for backfield creator. And the first thing I'm going to look for is if anyone has me in their top 10. I got you, coach. Coach should be in your whispers. Let me know if you get it when you get it. Appreciate you, Risky. Thank you, man. This is the biggest thing for me. If I'm a low-end school, while I do want to recruit for archetype, I want to be very, very careful about this too. I have to be very, very careful about the fact that I don't want to waste too many hours going after guys. People that are already interested in me, a great way to bring bodies in the door. So we're going to go ahead and search and see if there's anybody interested in me versus on that. Well, that was fun. Also, don't forget, move this down to any state. Don't always leave it on recommended. Use your right trigger to look for guys. All right, well then we'll go ahead and we'll take let's see if any quarterbacks are interested. So we have 4 quarterbacks interested. Pure runner, pure runner, pure runner, pure runner. It is a very option-heavy offense. We could go with pure runner. The nice thing about this is they're not looking for any NIL. Obviously, they have no NIL expectations. So we can really be careful about what we go after here, right? Because that is no offers yet. Well, top 5 doesn't always mean offers, Bunk. Let's see here. 6'3", 173 is like a bone. 5'10", 204. Height and weight, 6'1", 178. 6'3", 207. What are the deal breakers? Play style. Proximity to home, which we have A+ on, which is nice. And play style. So then, the ones that I'm going to have an advantage on is proximity to home. Proximity to home specifically because that doesn't change based on how I'm playing. And then also I have a pipeline here, right? I have a pipeline advantage that'll help me out a little bit. And the fact this guy's 7th makes me kind of want to add him. Rank-wise, what I will tell you about the rank real quick over here, I don't look at rank too much. I do look a little bit. Obviously, if you sort, you can see that Okwara is the best rank. But once you get into like the 3000s, I don't think there's that much of an ability change. What I will say is if you're looking at like, let me go ahead and just clear this completely out, right? So this is all quarterbacks. Obviously 5 stars are better than 4 stars. But when you get into the 4 stars, I find the more I play that if you're a good couple hundred off, like this is a 58, right? That's a 58 for the top of the 4 stars. You get all the way down to 297. I do find that this does matter a little bit more. As you get guys that progress all the way through, I feel like it matters more. I feel like the team needs are very inaccurate a lot. Seems to help just deciding yourself. The going by the team need is definitely a little inaccurate. The one thing I will say is this. The way I like to do it, and this is a little bit more in depth. This is a kind of an advanced tip for those of you that maybe play at an advanced level or want to have that advanced level. Takes a little more time. And sometimes, you have a notepad next to you helps, or a notepad on the thing. So I have one senior, junior, sophomore, freshman, right? Right? No problem, JT. So I have one of these, right? My goal is by the time I have a quarterback that is a senior, I have a sophomore becoming a junior ready to go. Now, this is without the portal. I want to be very clear. This is not using the portal because I'm not counting on the portal as a small team. I want a sophomore going into his 3rd year ready to start to replace him. Emperor, I'm not sure. It was Coach Playa, Coach_Playa, I believe. You don't have to worry about it, brother. So it will be up on YouTube for sure. So again, why do I want to do this? Well, if I have a junior, right, that is going to become my starting quarterback and he's leaving as a senior, right? This is my starter. I want a freshman quarterback that matches up with the timeline of this junior, okay? So as this junior becomes a senior, I want a freshman that becomes a sophomore. Why is that? Because if I'm recruiting at a lower level, 1 to 2 stars, I want those guys, the big thing is going to be is them progressing. There should be no 1-star quarterback that ever starts for your team. Hell, most 2-star quarterbacks will not start for your team, okay? Most 2-star quarterbacks won't start for your team. But if a guy comes in as a freshman And this is for every single position, by the way. Every single position I like to do this, okay? As a freshman, 1 star, right? He goes to sophomore, now he's like, 1.5. By the time he maybe has a redshirt season too, right? By the time he's a junior, he might be in the mid 70s. And now all of a sudden, you've got guys backing up. You have depth on your team. And not only do you have depth in your scheme. That's why I would rather go for like these 1 stars, these 2 stars. Like if I can get a 1 star in my archetype over a 2 star that doesn't fit my scheme, I normally will try to go with the archetype because that's the way I build. I build 2 years apart at all times. There's a 2-year gap that I always want to fill. Now, larger teams with the transfer portal, it makes it a little easier because you can bring guys in. Like you can bring a starting quarterback in as an Alabama sometimes. But as these smaller side teams, guys, like you got to have guys that are ready to go. Appreciate that. So, same thing running back wise. We could talk about this all day. I've got a senior leaving, right? Well, I've got 2 sophomores going into their junior year, and I've got 3 freshmen going into their sophomore year. It depends on the archetype I'm looking for. Depends on the playbook, and we'll get into that on a future episode. We'll get into offensive and defensive archetypes on a future episode. My YouTube, by the way, does have like the 4-3 shell, the 3-4 zone pressure, the 3-3-5 tight, and the 4-2-5 man pressure. If you're looking for archetypes for defenses that I've already gone over, my YouTube does have videos already on them, on those 4 defenses. So I find that 3 stars seem important this year and worth going, even the 2s. I think 3 stars are important, but I'll be honest with you, a lot of 3 stars want NIL, and I don't think NIL really matches up with Jacksonville State. And ever since the title update, I feel like 3 stars really end up going after like, so like, let's say I'm going after like a 3-star quarterback, right? I mean, these guys, 105 NIL. I remind everybody, my budget is, this is a quarter of my, or this is an eighth of my budget. You know what I'm saying? Even this is like 50, 40, like the NIL numbers on some of the 3 stars is just really tough to swallow as a small team. Now, does that mean I would rather spend my NIL on guys that I developed as opposed to bringing in maybe a freshman? Now I do have to get a 3-star as I move up. I think this stays pretty even in terms of if you're a 4-star program, instead of chasing 5 stars, the majority of what you're looking for is 4-star and 3-star in your scheme. The big thing is, and I give all the props out to Max Plays CFB for this. For the saying, it's very clear, obviously. I already followed this, but scheme over stars. Scheme over stars. Scheme over stars is the number 1 rule for me for recruiting. Now, if there's a guy that's a pure runner that can throw a little bit, or if there's a pocket passer that has some speed to get into that backfield creator like archetype, I'm okay with that. But you have to fit my scheme. I'm not looking for a 5-star athlete that's going to run around doing the wrong things. Especially if you're a lower team, if you're a especially if you're a small school. Good attributes for pure running quarterback. My big thing with pure running quarterback is I want him to be able to pitch the ball. So I want like option king and stuff. So like when this pure runner, let me show you my pure runner on my roster already. Obviously, speed is going to be one of them, QG. Obviously, speed is going to be one of them. But if I'm looking at pure runner, I want short throw accuracy if possible, because a lot of the throws you make are short. I believe short, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure short accuracy is what does the option king. Yep. Or no, it's break tackle right there. So short accuracy is still incredibly important for pitches. I want, let's see. Throw power, obviously, is always important on all quarterbacks. I want carrying. Carrying is, again, guy's going to have the ball in his hand all the time. Guy's going to have the ball in his hand all the time. Elusiveness. I want these and this. Juke move is a bonus. Spin move is a bonus. Break sack is a bonus. Agility and change of direction is huge. Break tackle is huge. Break tackle is huge. Obviously, you want all three of these: speed, acceleration, and stamina. Stamina especially. And then when you get to health, I'm going to circle this. I want you guys to understand that I'm going to circle this. And I'm circling it for a very good reason, okay? You ready for this? Toughness. You're a pure runner quarterback. You're going to get the crap beat out of you on a normal basis. Pure runner quarterbacks take hits. That's their job. They are essentially a running back that throws the ball sometimes. It is incredibly important to have toughness with this. And then you look at your physicals. Honestly, the physicals can kind of tell you what you want too. Break tackle for downhill. I find that you don't even need the juke guys. If you have break tackle, a lot of times tackles will fall off of you. Again, break tackle has something to do with option king. Now you see why I like break tackle. Change of direction and speed is for human joystick. This is secondary. It's nice to have. Jukebox, I really don't even like jukeboxes here, but that's just me. And then workhorse. Again, let me circle it, chat. Let me circle it. Workhorse is incredibly important. Workhorse and option king. And that is because the higher levels of option king, right, he can't get option king right now. Well, I mean, he's also a sophomore. He'll eventually get there, right? I'm pretty sure he doesn't have a cap on that rating, does he? If he does, boo. Nope, he's capped out. You're right. Absolutely capped out. That's unfortunate. So Creel will not be the long-term fix, but I mean, he's there. He's good enough for now. We'll deal with him. So yes, that's how I do my recruiting. I always, like I said, I always like to do 2 years ahead of time, a 2-year gap. So a freshman lines up with a junior, or if you redshirt him, he has to line up with the current sophomore. So the sophomore becomes a junior, the freshman becomes, a redshirt. The junior becomes a senior, your freshman becomes a sophomore. Whatever it is, if you have a starter that's going to leave, starter graduates, you want a sophomore to take his place as a junior. Starter's graduating, you always want to have somebody here to take his place. So that's how I recruit. We can do that here if you want. It's going to take a little bit more time, I think. But so I'm gonna stick to what the numbers are. The numbers are still very close, by the way. These numbers up here are still very close. They're very close to filling the holes you need. But so let's see here. Are there any 2 stars minimum star rating that have us in their top 10? Just anyone in general. All right, we got a few. We got a couple. We have a pure blocking tight end. I like that. A second pure blocking tight end. A third pure blocking tight end. A utility fullback. A utility fullback. A fourth pure blocking tight end. A utility fullback. So, chat, it looks like 2 stars are right up our alley, boys. 2 stars are right up our alley. We're good to go. Oh no, chat. Oh no. Well, the good news is we do need a fullback. Let's see here. 5'9", 194, 191, 206, 207. He's a blocking fullback. Kona Yu. Playing time. Proximity to home? Nobody has a pipeline, though. And this is a junior college sophomore. Let's go utility. Utility tends to be a little bit faster. Oh, there's 6'2", 207 has me psyched about him, chat. You know what? Let's go with this guy. All right, well, that's the fullback we need. Let's see if there are any halfbacks that like us, chat. Now, preferably in this, I like East-West playmakers for Jacksonville State's option game. I don't mind contact seekers as like an A-back, like the big back of that. But again, we'll talk more about what you're recruiting for in a future episode, like how you're recruiting towards playbooks. Right now, the thing you want to remember is just absolutely make sure you have enough players coming in and your budget doesn't get taken apart because of it. We have no running backs interested in us. Okay. So the way we get around this now is, chat, we go player type, go over the player type you want, take this out, and then go to minimum pipeline level and go to 3 first and then work your way down. What's up, Shelves? Okay, so that's not going to work. So we're going to do the same thing. Go down to 2. And again, the reason we do this, chat, is because anytime we have a pipeline, it gives us more influence on our recruiting and gives us an advantage. Gives us an advantage. The way I try to do this is to make a chart of everyone on the roster. Everyone a redshirt sophomore older is then set thresholds for what I need to fill. I mean, yes, good idea. Same idea. What's up, Just Drama? How we doing? Chat, we're gonna do another giveaway here. Let's do another giveaway. Let's do, again, full game code. We still have Xbox and PlayStation. And the keyword phrase is going to be... Mills, it's so much easier when you learn how to type. Type? Keyword phrase is going to be recruit, chat. What we're doing right now. What we're doing right now. So the keyword is going to be recruit. If you want, this again is a full copy of the game, chat, for your choice of console, Xbox or PlayStation. Okay. So again, because we have bonuses on pipeline, that's the first thing I want to go for. That gives me easier ways of doing of getting stuff, right? Easier ways of getting the what the hell was that? Oh. Easier ways of being able to recruit for guys. So, and get more influence. Second thing we're looking at is the deal breaker. What's a deal breaker we're going to bring guys into? Playing style. We should be running, we absolutely should be running the ball. They have a pro potential deal breaker, so we're not going to get those. Playing time, coach prestige. Coach prestige is a little rough because, again, we're starting out as a new coach. Plus, we're no guarantee we're going to be able to keep our coordinators after the season, so he's kind of out. Let's go with George Fiedler. Playing time, he will have it. He will have plenty of playing time. Playing style for Medlin. You can also see what schools are involved. And I'm going to be real with you, chat. We're not going after a guy that has Louisville, Auburn, and Arkansas on there. So Mills has codes, yeah. So that's the next thing. So, okay, we have a running back. Let's go back and we're going to search for... Let's look. Okay, we're going to do this. Let's look for a pure runner in my pipeline level. None. Look at quarterbacks in my pipeline level. I mean, dual threat will work. I would rather have a backfield creator. There's one. Clyde Powell. Who's recruiting him? Mississippi State. Where's he at? Alabama? We'll go ahead and throw him on there. Deal breaker is play style. Prestige will be okay with, I think, with him. Cushion Mary's a pocket passer. Oh, Sean Whitted is a pro potential guy. We're at C+. Coach Pipeline is North Florida. Where can you see the boost in North Florida pipeline? You can see it when you get your when you find a north. I'll show you. Sorry. Because I don't think it shows it. I think it just gives it to you. Cody, let me see. Yeah, it just gives you a bonus when you're recruiting there. It doesn't actually show. It's not a fully upgraded pipeline. You just get more influence on that state. How did you do that? Anytime I use recruit search, it crashed my game. Oh, if you use recruit search, don't have a position selected. Have it on all. That's the big thing. Yeah, if you recruit search, when you recruit search, make sure this is set to any. Don't set it to a specific position. So like if I have this set to QB and I do a recruit search for halfback, it will lock the game up. Make sure you have that. Don't do that. So always set it to any before you do a recruit search. I don't play much Dynasty, but would it be good to go after 1 to 2 stars interested in high-profile schools so they might not even offer those players? Yeah, so this isn't their interest. This is this is their interest, but this influence. So like right now, sometimes it does, but that was a 3-star. Yeah, this is sponsored by EA. Shows it on the bottom of the page. Shows the bottom corner of the page. So what are we doing here? Let's go with. So put this on any and recommended. So we're gonna look for another quarterback, backfield creator with a little bit of the pipeline, boys. Chat, we'll roll that giveaway here in a second. As a heads up, we never roll giveaways during ads if you get hit with an ad. So one last call out for recruit chat, and we'll go ahead and roll the giveaway here in a second. It's a 3-star. Mizzou's going after him, so I'm not worried about it. Sean Whitted is a junior college sophomore, so he's going to come out as a junior. Kentucky's on the list, but 6'8", 183 is a nice build, though. We'll hold on to him. All right, let's do this one more time. We're going to go QB, pure runner, pipeline. None. What about a 1 pipeline? Coordinators worth paying. If you have coordinators that are in different skills as yours, or you want to like double up, if you have like an elite recruiter, assistant coach, it's worth it. It's worth it because you get their bonuses. So, all right, chat. One last call. Recruit is the giveaway word. Make sure you get it in for a copy of College Football 27. We're rolling it here. 3, 2, 1. Dirty Jiggles. Dirty Jiggles, are you here? Are you here, my good man? If you are still here, go ahead and type in chat what console you would like the code for the game for. We have PlayStation, we have Xbox. Feel free to throw it in. And when you do, I'll send it over to you. Oh, absolutely, Xbox. So we're evening it up now, brother. I like it. I like it. Jiggles, do me a favor and check. Oh, you got to get your whispers turned off. Your whispers are turned to block strangers. Can you open up your whispers for me, Jiggles, and I'll send it over to you. All right, so what are we looking for here? We have pure runners. All of them are a 1. Okay. He's an athlete. Athletes tend to be a little bit more raw ability and not as many football skills, chat, in this game. You can get athletes with football skills, but they tend to be, again, more like speed, acceleration, stuff like that. Monte Lord. Okay. I like it. We're going to do 4 just for the hell of it. Yeah, Jiggles, let me know when your whispers are opened up and I'll send it to you. Gotcha, my man. Appreciate you, brother. There we go. There you go, dude. Code is in your whispers. Enjoy the game. How well do 1 and 2 stars develop? Depends on what you play. I mean, if you're playing as Jacksonville State, you will eventually get them. I've seen them go as high as mid-80s. So you can definitely, especially if you have the motivator tree, you can absolutely do that. So 4, we need tackles, chat. Now, in this offense, I'll make sure we're back on any. Here we are on any. Go. In this offense, we're looking for offensive tackles that can be agile. Agile gets option protector, and there's a lot of option in this game, so we want agile or well-rounded. One of those two is more apt for us. So first things first, let's see if anyone has a top 10 for us. We have two top 10s, 67309 and 67303. I'm interested in both of them. Game is going well, Wash. Game is going, or day is going well. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for asking. All right. Now that we have the top 10s in there, appreciate that giving us an update. Alerts are off, but I do see all that stuff. I appreciate that. Option school agile. Yes, sir, FGG. Yes, sir. Let's see here. Now we're gonna go with look for a we're gonna look for agile that is on a pipeline, not necessarily ours. Okay. 65284. I like beef on my line. I like 300 plus, especially if you get agile 300 plus. 284 is not terrible. 287 is not terrible. Let's see if we can get one of the two of these guys. Okay. What else do we need? Outside linebackers. Now, I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, the Jacksonville State playbook right now, remember I told you we can edit that anytime we want. We got to edit coach. Pretty sure they're running a version of the 335. 335 zone pressure. Okay. So we're going to want some athletic linebackers, but we also want some thumpers too. So let's go ahead and, although isn't the 335 mostly Mike linebackers, chat? Let me see something real quick. I'm fairly certain that most of the depth chart for those cards or for those positions, Mike, no, there's some Sams and Wills in there. I lie. Mike, Sam, Will, Mike, Will, Mike, Sam, Mike, Will, Mike, Will. Okay, so the 335 stack is no longer three subs. It's Mike, Will. It is Mike, Will, Sam. Okay, so we want to have good outside linebackers. Got it. Okay. So let's see here. One second, chat. All right, there we go. Okay. So linebackers. Let's look at what we can find there, chat. Now for the 335, we're going to start with the Mike. The Mike is the most important position. Now, again, I'm pretty sure we need outside linebackers, not Mikes. How many Mikes do we have on the roster, chat? We have 6 Mikes on the roster. 1 is graduating. Okay. Let's go outside linebacker then. Now, on 335, I normally like lurkers on the outside, but I also like thumpers. Thumpers tend to be more athletic this year. I don't know what it is, but lurkers tend to be like a little iffy sometimes. We're gonna start with lurker though, just because I want that pass coverage coming in on the outside though. So let's see if anyone is interested in your boy Jacksonville State, chat. Nobody's interested. Thank God. I didn't want to have to go toe to them anyway. Let's go to pipeline level 2. Okay, a couple of 2 stars. That's a junior college junior, so he'd be coming as a senior. I kind of want to bypass him if possible. Although proximity to home is really nice. And it's considering Alan Latimer wants championship contender, which we are never going to get close to while he's at this school, I'm a little iffy bringing him in. Because remember, we're not recruiting for guys that are going to play KOTOW, K-O-W-T-O-W. Remember, we're not looking for guys that are going to play next year. We're looking for guys that are going to play 2-3 years down the road. So again, why am I going to bring in a lurker in junior college? Why am I going to bring in a guy that if we get better, is going to want a championship contender, and we're not going to be around for that. So, unfortunately, nothing there. Nothing there. You can just ignore. You can just ignore those. Let's go to 3 stars, see if there's any. Oh, we do have a level 2 pipeline there, but he's gone. Conference prestige. Proximity to home. That might be the 3-star we go after. They have NC State and Florida. We're going to take a swing. We're going to take a swing. That's going to be the 3-star we try to sign. KOW, TOW, Shelves. And then 2 stars. Again, junior college guys. They just not my type. There's one on a 2-star, okay. Or a level 2 pipeline. We like that. See if we can get over the Sam on the other side. Started hard to rebuild. I did Colorado. It was too easy. These temps really help. Honestly, I think Colorado is tough too. You have to put it to gameplay. The thing is, difficulty level matters so much for Dynasty mode. And the reason for that is Dynasty mode is if you win every game and you're not being challenged in gameplay, then nothing you do off the field matters. The idea is that if you have to be challenged in gameplay, even if you're winning while you're being challenged, if you're being challenged, then getting better, recruiting a team, losing a big player, it has that much more of an impact. So, all right, so let's see here. Lurker, Percy Tiffin. What's the deal breakers over here? Sports Junkie, what's up, man? Proximity to home's a good one, although he's a junior college guy. Playing style, I can't guarantee as a lurker. I'm pretty sure lurkers want what? I'm assuming it's gonna be passing yards. Lack of passing yards, right? Linebacker, defensive pass yards a game. I just don't think we're gonna be fantastic our first year. So I think I want to be very careful about losing him because of that. I want to be very careful about playing style deal breakers. Just won the Natty in my online Dynasty with Michigan using tips from a 425-man pressure vid. Yo, VR, congratulations, man. That's awesome. I love to hear that, brother. All right, we're going to scroll down a little bit. We got some 2 stars in here. Percy Tiffin. Where's the Sam? Okay. We need 6. So I'm also going to grab the 3 1-stars and go with it. I really want to stay away from junior college guys if I can. Only because I don't get to work with them to get better. Like junior college guys are in and out. You look at your playing style? Yep, you can look at playing style. If you go to my school, I said this earlier. If you're looking for the play style or play time grades and you don't quite understand what they are in College Football 27, play style is right here on my school. You go to your my school tab under recruiting, and what it is, it'll show you. See right here. If you scroll down to the archetype you're trying to recruit, let's say wide receiver route artist, it will tell you the receptions that it's looking for. Now, I want you to remember, it's not the number. This doesn't matter. What matters is over here. See how we're D-? It's your comparison to that number for everybody else in the country. So right now, NDSU has like 124. Sacramento State has 123. Like it's a comparison, not a set number. There we go. Okay. And then same thing for like playtime. So we'll do this too. Also, if you're in College Football 27 Dynasty and you're looking for the play time grade for deal breakers, it's not the amount of snaps you have, unfortunately, If you go into your recruiting under my school and go to whatever position you're looking at, for this we'll do quarterback, you'll notice it is the graduating seniors, the overall of the position, plus how many QB prospects you have. The perceived value of the incoming prospect has something to do with that group grade as well. So if you've got a 75 overall player on your team with a playtime deal breaker, and you've got a 5-star coming in that estimates somewhere around the 80s, that will actually affect this group grade. So heads up on that. That's how playtime works. It's not snap count. Perfect. Yep. All of it is under my school, Nika. That's a really cool tab. That's a tab people don't get to very often. So, all right, cornerbacks. We're zone pressure, chat. What does that mean? Zone pressure defense. What archetype do I want on cornerback, chat? I'll give you a hint. It's in the title. It's in the title. Technically, field also works here. But we're gonna go zone. We want to do zone pressure. We're gonna get as high as we possibly can. Field is a good start of that mind flayer. When it comes to zone pressure and it's so specialized, I want to go zone. So top 10s. Nope, that's for everybody, Dub. Everybody. The snap play time is not based on snap count for any player. It is based on those 3 grades. Change week 4 of the portal. David, if you have players that leave from the portal, if you guys coming in from the portal, changes that, because on week 4 your set, any of those recruits show up on your roster. Remember, week 4 the transfer portal is also where you lose your players. Like if you have players that are graduating or players that are transferring themselves, that's when they go. That's when they move on. Let's see if there's any field interested in us, since the zones weren't real interested. Nope. Okay, good. I didn't want them anyway, chat. Minimum 2 pipeline? Ooh, we got a couple. Okay. 6'1", 166. It's a 3-star that doesn't want NIL, so we can at least try him. Okay. What about a field that under the 2 pipeline? 5'10", 179, and he's a junior? No, I'm out. I'm out, chat. I'm out. All right, 1 minimum pipeline 1. Ooh, hello. Hello, nurse. 6'3", 204. Come here. Who's already recruiting you? UNC? You're nothing. 6'3", 181. Oh, he's looking at Baylor. Come on now. And then we're gonna look at free safeties. Same idea. We're gonna do coverage specialist, obviously. Let's see if anyone is interested in the school first. We all know they won't. Yeah, we all know they won't be. No one's interested in Jacksonville State. Chat, I have a problem. Okay, there's 1 coverage specialist in my level 2 pipeline. What about level 1? Shaughnessy's 5'9", 202, and he's a coverage specialist? All right, fine. We'll take the 1-star just in case. Athlete contested specialists make great DBs? Really? Is that a tip? Wide receiver. Oops, I miss it. Contested specialist. Anybody want to see? No? We're at level 2 pipeline. Oh, I mean, 6'2", 187 is not terrible. Comes in as a senior, though. Not a fan. Also not an athlete. Davey's the only real athlete here. Let's put him on. He wants NIL. Let's put him on. We're getting to that, Slim. We're getting to that. We're getting to that. Yeah, now we have the spots filled. We have 350 hours right now. We can go ahead and scout. I like to scout. The 3-stars are who I'm going to use the most on, so I want to make sure I have my scouting, on top of them. I'm pretty sure they will fix the team easier. The other thing is too, when it comes to the 1 stars, you kind of know what you're getting. You're not going to get like some diamond in the rough in the 1 stars. If you're a bad team and you're trying to get 1 stars, you're literally there just to get, what's the word I'm looking for? You're there to have a body to form. You know what I mean? You're not attempting to get the next coming of Dion. So, well, that's not good. Yeah, especially in now that you don't have to, you can't offer scholarships in the preseason recruiting. You might as well use it for the scouting. So, 85 speed is not bad though. 88 speed is not bad either for what we have. 66 zone. Even so, I'm gonna be real with you, chat. For what we have them for, I'm probably not gonna scout a lot of these guys. I'm not worried about what they are. I'm worried about what they're gonna be. So, what's up, Hank? How we doing, dude? So that's done. Custom schedule. I'm not a big custom schedule guy, but if you want to, obviously there are a lot of ways to have fun with the custom schedule. So at Delaware, we might have to go to that game IRL, chat. A little Jacksonville State game. So, okay, so there we go. That's done. Top stories. Coach skills. Now we talked about motivator, right? We talked about being motivator. Well, it's unlocked. My coach ability strategy. Focus on 1. Focus on 1 until you have everything you want in it, then worry about the other ones, okay? You're not worried about getting to here, you're not worried about getting to here, you're not worried about getting to here. Worry about your specialty. Don't try to split between all 3. It's more expensive than it has ever been to unlock coaching trees on this, okay? So what you want to do, if possible, is focus on the 1 first. You become so specialized in that you get your coach grade up some, and then go from there. Yeah, because these are all going to be 15, 20, 25, 30. To fill out one of these is what, 90 points? I mean, that's crazy, right? Is 35 and 30 is, yeah, that 90 points to fill out one of these. When you get down here, it's even more. It's 70, 105, 130 points for each one of these. So, but if you go to the other ones, they get more expensive if they're not in your specialty. So we're going to go ahead and add toughness, stamina, injury to the quarterback. That's the one guy we can't lose right now, chat. So custom schedules. We're done. Okay, bam. Is there anything else we need to worry about here? Members for yours, preseason top 5. This is all your stats, where you stand. Obviously, we don't have to worry about that right now. Coach abilities, coach XP goals. These are extra on top of getting XP for your coach archetype. Remember that? So if you get players that are drafted, you get extra experience. Game goals. If you win a national championship, it not only gives you experience award, right? It will also give you a Dynasty point reward. Not sure, Nick Kinnaman. I actually don't know yet. Recruiting goals. Same thing. If you're really good at recruiting, you're going to get some Dynasty points for having a top class, at least top 10, but you get experience rewards every time you sign as a prospect, sign a 4-star, 5-star, top 25, top class in the conference. It goes on and goes on. Stat goals. Again, stat goals are going to be during gameplay and everything. Win 5 national championships, rank 1 in points allowed. This is the stats you give up during the games throughout the season. So you can definitely help your Dynasty point number level there, okay? Rank top 1 in sacks, rank top 5. If you're good at something, this game rewards you. The more and more you specialize in something, okay? The more it will reward you. Okay? I just dropped my pen, chat. Just drop my pen. You know what else is rewarding? Another game code giveaway, chat. Another game code giveaway. This time, we will go ahead and make it easy on you. I'm going to make it easy on you, chat. I don't know why. I don't know why I want to make it easy, but guess what? I'm going to make it easy. So, let's go ahead and make it easy. Chat, the giveaway word is CFB. This is for a full copy of College Football 27. Full copy of College Football 27 either on Xbox or PlayStation as we continue to go. There's your 80 expectations. We are on the hot seat. Scheme and playbook. This is where you can change your offensive scheme, your offensive playbook. This will, as you change this, you'll notice that the scheme changes with you. So like Jacksonville State is a spread team, James Madison's a pistol team. So that the offensive and defensive game change with you. I like changing it and edit coach. That's just me. Depth chart, roster, auto subs, red shirts. Red shirts. This is something we talk about. I don't redshirt. I never redshirt. Why is that? I don't redshirt if I need somebody to play. A guy can redshirt, which means a redshirt means he gets +1 year of eligibility. Okay, it means that +1 year of eligibility. He can play up to 4. He can play up to 4 games total. He can be involved in 2 games. I don't even redshirt after the final game, Philly, because it automatically redshirts for you. If a player doesn't play in the amount of games they need to be eligible, it automatically redshirts the player for you. So, I don't even worry about redshirt. If you're gonna do that, if you're gonna redshirt, I would you have 3 quarterbacks, right? Don't redshirt 3 quarterbacks. Halfback, same thing. Maybe Savage could be somebody, but I mean, he's 91 speed. This is my number 1 speed guy. If I redshirt him, I don't get him for the rest of the year. So why am I going to redshirt him? You know what I mean? Yeah, it automatically, if you do not play the amount of games you're supposed to, it automatically redshirts you. It redshirts players who do that. That's why I did it in my redshirting a senior. I don't normally redshirt seniors because I'm trying to win every year, MJ. I'm trying to win every year. I mean, obviously there are rebuilding years, but I'm trying to win every year. So, and then depth chart. Nice, easy thing to deal with here. Creel's obviously is our starter. You can also push, if you push auto reorder, you can click the left stick in and it'll auto reorder the entire thing for you, so you don't have to worry about it. So, the stream archived. Yes, the stream will be archived on Twitch. It's up on you. It's gonna be up on YouTube under a playlist, and it's archived on Kick. So everything is saved. Sponsored by EA. Thank you, EA. Thank you to EA for sponsoring the stream. Don't really have to worry about this yet. Don't really have to worry about this yet. Gameplay slider. Just out of curiosity, chat. The injury slider did get redefaulted to 10, right? Yeah, there we go. Okay, it got done already. There was a bug with that earlier in the year, chat. All right, next week we're out of preseason. Chat, now that I showed that to you, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and let this auto recruit for me. Because I'm an offensive coordinator, I actually like to let it auto recruit because I shouldn't have any touch on the recruiting. So we're going to let that go. Auto recruit. Yep, there we go. All right, chat, one more time for CFB in the chat. If you want a chance to win a full game code, Xbox or PlayStation, we're going to roll it here in about 20 seconds. Or, 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. I'm just putting fingers up. I don't know if they're the right ones. Streamako, are you out there, my dude? I know you are. Streamako, please respond in the chat with what console you would like. Xbox or PlayStation? Xbox, please. We can do that, chat. We have one more Xbox code. We have 2 more PlayStation codes for those of you interested in full game codes, boys. Streamako, it is in your whispers. Let me know if everything works according to plan. All right, so there we go. Weekly practice plan. Weekly practice is huge. Weekly practice is huge. Now, here's what I will say. Weekly practice is, the computer can do weekly practice without a problem. They will actually set guys to full, limited, no practice, or week off. Now, I want to be clear about how these work. Full practice gets you the most XP. All right? But also, possibly the worst wear and tear. All right? Limited practice gives you some XP, but better wear and tear. You actually get some recovery off of that. What's up, this is Janet. How we doing? Rest. No practice. No practice. No XP. Plus wear and tear. Means if you have a guy that has injury risk or has a lot of wear and tear, putting him on no practice will actually give him a lot of that wear and tear back. Week off. It's very important to make sure that you're looking at this. The computer will only set a week off if somebody is hurt. Week off means not available for the game. Also, no XP. Also, no XP. If you put somebody on a week off, they are injured. They will not be on your active roster. You cannot add them in once the game starts. So heads up on that. Be very careful. If you're worried about it, the computer does it automatically when you come into this screen. You'll see that in week 2 when we do it. You can also set by position groups if you want to do that. Instead of doing it by player, you can do it by that. Week off for players injured only. Correct. You can set them as a week off, Philly. You can set them manually as a week off if you really want to. So what that'll do is if you have a player like, let's say you're 11-1, you're going into the championship or a bowl game or let's say a championship game, right? Let's say you're going to a championship game that you're not worried about winning the championship game. You're more worried about getting to the CFP or whatever, and you don't want to play certain players. You give them a week off. Or if you're going against like a cupcake in the middle of the year, if you're in Alabama going against, name your FCS team, FCS West or whatever, and you don't want the guys playing, you can force them into a week off by giving them a week off. So heads up on that. Again, the computer sets them very well. The meta game in the middle of this, like the real point of this is the XP. Is the XP growth. You get a significant chunk of You get a significant chunk of XP for completing a full practice. You get also an in-game bonus. You have an opportunity to start hot. If you do limited practice, there's an opportunity to start cold. If you do no practice, it's a higher chance you will start cold. Composure in this game is massive. The effect on gameplay Composure has in Dynasty mode is absolutely massive. Wait, for week off, you could add in a suspension wheel? You could, yes, you could. If you wanted to have like a random wheel. Once you unlock Talent Developer and have the freshman and sophomore gain XP faster, weekly practice is essential. Exactly. 100%. It is going to matter more and more as you go. Okay? We already did it. Not a big deal. Continue. Weekly recruiting, same idea. We're going to go back through this and we're going to look. Do we have a week 0 game? I think we have NDSU, right? Yeah, let's go ahead and play this. We'll do the recruiting after this. We're going to do play the moments on this. And play NDSU. In the the somewhat Fargo Dome. The Fargo Dome's not in the game yet. Not in the game yet, boys. But it's getting there. It's getting there.
Welcome to North Dakota State Stadium. We've waited so long, and finally another season of college football kicking off here in week 0. It's the Jacksonville State Gamecocks and the North Dakota State Bison. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe down on the sideline.
Dakota State's head coach.
It's a little like miss a tackle, week off. He fumbled the ball, week off. No, I'm not gonna bench people for that. Although you could. Playing in this dome is a little intimidating. I'm not gonna lie. All right, new moment detected. Now, what key moments does, if you don't already know about this, key moments puts you into the most important moments, high pressure moments. So like first drive, last drive, late in the game, third downs, things like that. And we only play now because we're offensive coordinator. We only play on offense in this.
The give headed toward right tackle. Stopped in his tracks. He got nothing. It'll be second and 10.
Gun orbit Z spot. Let's go. So he's going to come back around here.
Snap in the shotgun. Out wide.
Now, I want to remember, chat. I want y'all to remember, we're not going to be doing a whole lot of gameplay teaching in this. If you have gameplay questions while we're playing, you do still recruit as a coordinator. You can set it to auto if you want. I actually like to set it to auto as a coordinator, and then if I'm a head coach, I take over. We're not going to do a whole lot of gameplay stuff here, but what I will say is if you have gameplay questions, feel free to ask, please. Any questions in general, whether it's over the gameplay, Dynasty, we're gonna go fully over a lot of things like in-season recruiting next week.
Rashad Downs going up top, trying to make magic on the scramble. Outside the pocket.
No, come on, that throw was got out.
I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he.
That throw was good. I don't care what anyone says.
Or nobody could catch it.
No, it is not the Fargo Dome yet. No, Fargo Dome is not in the game yet. We don't know if it's coming this year or if it's coming next year. Remember, NDSU came in and Sac State came in late in the game. Super late in the game.
From the gun, wants to pass. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And the Gamecocks.
By the way, always backspin punch at. Why? Why, you ask? Because if that ball hits, it doesn't go in the end zone. Check number 11's height. Wait, why? Main difference is head coach or coordinator. Coordinator takes care of the side. You only play as. Wait, am I playing as defense? Wait, why am I playing as defense? The main thing in coordinator is I like to make it so I only play one side of the ball. So you can play only on defense. You can play the moments. It's because we're playing the moments. That's what it is. So we'll go ahead and play them. Let me click that in here. Play options. Play the moments. You can't. You also have no control over the staff and the facilities. What are the icons over the guy's head with them, and what are under the meters under your players? Wait, which icons you mean? You know what, like the... Let's get tough and keep him in the end zone. Nope, we skipped that. That's a defensive moment. Make a stop. Defensive moment. Take control, keep the drive alive. There we go. You never guess the latest MVP collection player is. I mean, who would you expect? It's probably DeVries, right? Which icon do you mean, Al? Yeah, that's the difference. There are icons on some defenders. Oh, I got you. Yeah, that's an easy one here. So this is the mic. This is the guy that's guaranteed to get blocked. Fire means if they blitz, no one's going to block them coming in. If you have a R over a defender, it's like a triangle and an R. That is your read defender on an option.
From the gun, wants to pass. Good timing.
How tall is he, Lambo?
Nice
He might be 6'8". You're right. He's huge.
They need a huge play on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass.
Oh, good hit.
Always a welcome.
How many seasons does it take to become a head coach? There's no guarantee of anything, Slim. That's kind of the thing. There'll be job offers after every season. You can do as much as you want to go.
10 from the 19.
Yeah, there is no guarantee whatsoever. I'm back on defense again.
Zone, looking for a man. Finds his man. They'll get it down.
Usually enters the portal? Really? Yeah, I normally play all offense. Is why I'm doing this. Let's give them a moment. Take control. There we go. Normally enters the portal. Wow.
They probably feel good about their field goal chances from the 29, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. Right at the line.
All right, first down. Next moment. Red zone alert. Where's my Bunch X Nasty, chat? Where's my Bunch X Nasty? Oh, I don't have it. Boo. Boo.
On first down, it's 2nd and 5.
They're in a little bit. This is cover 2. Ooh, why did he back off? Interesting.
Wants to throw. He's working against the clock.
Oh, we had him wide open.
They're incomplete.
I think a big reason this offense is
We are wide. We had him wide open, man.
Not been able to protect this guy, and it's
Drive me crazy. I just don't sleep.
It's got to be better to help this guy out.
As he throws.
Oh, and that's a pick. Well, that's not going to help us.
Turnover can swing momentum.
That's not going to help us for sure.
Great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
Continue the next moment. Take control, keep it alive. 3rd down. 3rd and 10. Oh, okay. Okay.
Was clicking along, but after a couple
Yeah, there's no real, that's the thing is like, if you're an offensive coordinator, you're just, how good are you? How quickly have you leveled up? Like that kind of stuff.
Unloads to the wideout.
Yo, he's huge. DeAndre Johnson, and he's got like route running too. He just kind of pushes guys away.
Look, like what was the play of the game?
I love it.
Moments that were so big. That was huge for this offense, man. Already trailing in the football game, 3rd down and long situation to get that conversion, and now get 1st and goal.
There he is again. DeAndre Johnson for the touchdown. We love him. We love the kid. Let's go. 6'8", my guy.
Into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step 1. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game and get some of that momentum back.
Dude is a monster. You're not kidding. Not helping the defense. Oh, maybe we should have.
They'll snap it from the 48 on 3rd and short. Looking to throw for it. On target.
Okay. You back up the ball. Red zone alert. Where's he at? Where's my guy at?
The Gamecocks come to the line.
Find me DeAndre Johnson, chat.
Making the adjustment. Trying to cap this drive with the pass.
We had him. He was wide open. I don't want to hear from anybody.
His defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't.
He's my decoy now, chat.
Right now, if you're the play caller, certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Oh, you got to catch that. What's going on, Truth? How we doing, man? Welcome in. Welcome in.
Good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
3rd and long coming up.
What's our matchups look like, chat? What's our blocking matchups look like? Ooh. There we go. That's what I want.
From the gun, wants to pass. Rushes on.
Oh, we take it. We go anyway. 4th and inches. 4th and inches. It's our time, Chad. It's our time.
Takes off on the scramble. Let's see what they do on 4th down. Snap Snaps it, and he has to have it.
DeAndre!
Grabs it.
He's just
And
massive.
he's brought down.
Looks like
They believe
Bigfoot out there
he's
right
gonna
now.
convert the fourth down, and it paid off. And the Gamecocks are in the hurry up. Was to pass. Lets it fly.
I mean, what?
Into the end zone.
What?
It's incomplete.
Timing
The
has
man
got
is a
so
monster.
critical.
There's no
Trying to
way
get the
anyone
ball
beats
down
him.
close like that. They didn't have great timing on that one.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? He's looking to throw. Unleashes to the end zone.
Brother, catch the ball!
Hands for the score.
Drive me crazy, man. Drive me crazy.
Third down. This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. Looking to throw on 3rd and goal. Right
Dropped it again.
on his hands. He has
Field goal. All right, field goal's one-score game, boys.
Look the ball in. It'll be 4th down. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal.
Okay, one-score game. All we have to do, Chet, all we have to do is rely on our defense. And we all know the Jackson State defense is the best in the world. Uh-oh. Pressure's on, boys.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done.
Pressure's on, boys.
Long way to go on 2nd down. Wide receiver comes in motion. 2nd down to the air. Rush right in his face.
Oh,
And he gets rid of it.
Calvin Benjamin. Oh, Calvin Benjamin. I can see that. I can see that. Oh, I can definitely see that.
Defense knows you have to pass the football, so they're going to be playing conservative. So what's your play you can dial up? Maybe get half of this back. Like, I know the clock is ticking.
That's
but
deep.
you gotta
Where's
make
the pass
sure
interference?
cut this down.
Where is the pass interference? You tell me, chat. You tell me there is pass interference on that play because there's nobody going to take him away.
They'll go for it on 4th down. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it.
We'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it.
He's brought down, but not before he picks up.
We
the
will
first
take
down
it.
and guts
We gotta
it
get
all
down and
to
score,
keep
though.
this drive alive.
Quarterbacks have got to have composure. And I know this guy's thrown some picks. He hasn't thrown for a ton of yards, but if he can put a great drive
I just wanted
together
to jump
here,
over people.
he's
How
got
about that?
talent and ability to do that.
How about that? Just jump over people, my man.
2-minute situation.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5.
Plenty of time. Plenty of time. Plenty of time.
Looking to throw.
All right, we'll take the out. There we go. There we go. There we go. Come on.
But not before it
Almost
picks
there.
up
Almost there. Almost
first
there.
down. They'll have a 1st down here, a week 0 game that is living up to all the hype and anticipation. Drops back on 1st down.
Good hit.
Is Savage.
Good hit. Good hit. Good hit.
Trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down.
Ah, threw that late. Threw that super late, boys. Unfortunate.
Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Turns it upfield.
First down, first down.
Into enemy territory. Move
We
the
take first
chains.
downs?
First
Uh-oh.
down at the 27.
DeAndre Johnson on the corner route, maybe?
Come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
I feel like that cornerback over there is waiting for him, though.
Fresh set of downs going to the air. Look out! And he has a solid
No,
gain
come back,
on
come
the
back, come
play
back, come back, come back, come back, come
before
back, come back, come back.
Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set.
There's a roll, there's a roll there, there's a roll there. DeAndre Johnson, catch. We still have a timeout if we need it, Chet. We still have a timeout if we need it. We're going to flip the formation. Probably took a little longer than I wanted it to, honestly.
They'll try to get it off quickly. Fresh set of downs going up top. Fires to the end zone.
Oh, he's got a catch and he's in the end zone with 2 hands.
It would have been a touchdown. Instead,
It's got to be a catch, boys. It's got to be a catch.
In the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. He let that thing
Nice play.
fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
Well, quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it.
No, that's DPI.
Complete.
I'm 100% getting robbed, chat. I'm getting robbed.
Field goal unit's not coming out here, guys. I think they're going to go
Oh,
ahead and go
please.
for it on
Oh,
3rd and long.
please. Please. Johnson needs to be open here. They backed off.
He has to have it.
Catch. Touchdown. Jacksonville State tied or gets ready to tie it up late. They are a 2-point conversion away from getting back into this game.
Execution, you drive down the field, you get the score. Now what's your 2-point play?
Remember, chat, 4 verts isn't a deep play. It's a quick play.
Moment, late in the 4th quarter, when you
It didn't let me do it. How does it not let me play it? Jump ahead to the change of possession. There we go. All right, they scored. They scored. It's my turn. It's my turn. It's my turn, chat. We want the ball. We're going to score.
Now on 1st down, they need to answer with a touchdown.
I think we did, Mr. Barrels.
Snaps it, they'll throw to start the drive.
Ooh, that could have been bad.
It's incomplete, deflected, knocked
Ooh,
away by
that
the
could have been bad.
It's a good job by this defense being alert. Like, they're not set up in a good spot. Bad field position to start. They were not surprised by the pass. Nice job. Way to be alert for this defense in a sudden change.
2nd and 10, he'll throw again. Fires deep
Oh.
toward the end zone.
Oh, I had the right spot.
Just too much juice on that one. As
He's not the offensive coordinator, sugar.
Out of bounds.
I'm the offensive coordinator, chat. Well, why would I play defense?
Pick up a 3rd and long
That's not my
here.
job.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air.
Yeah, and unfortunately, this guy's been beat like a drum. He's been hit, sacked a bunch of times already, and another hit right here. I'm literally looking at my offensive line and be like, dude, I need some more time. You got to protect me better than this. Give me a chance to complete some passes.
Needs it here on 4th down. Fires to
Picked,
the
yep.
middle.
Throw it the only place I had it.
Picked off a huge overtime turnover.
GG's, lost at NDSU. Good game, though. Good game, though.
Game saver for the win. The drama
Yeah, very exciting game. Very exciting game.
memorable plays, and then finally the
How do we do? How do we do? How do we do?
loss at the end in overtime.
Total plays, what did I tell you? 137? Or I'm sorry, 140?
They're going to wish they
Not
had
bad.
some different plays. They had some things set
Numbers
up
look decent. I'm okay with that.
Games like this, they come down to the wire.
All right, recruiting in season. This is another big one. Let's get this in. So recruiting in season, you already have your recruiting set up, right? Already have your recruiting set up. So let's get this, let's figure out what we have to do with this. First of all, one of the things I like to do, you can either go by position with quarterback, halfback, things like that, or the other way to go about this is you'll notice that I change a rank here. I'm gonna have to, EA, I apologize. I gotta take your little, I gotta take the thing off the screen for a second. Right here. This is a big one. Sort. I actually like to sort it by national rank. You can move these on your own if you're on default. You can actually hold RT and move these guys around if you want. I like to put it on national rank so I know where the number 1 is and the number and like the number like where I have them ranked, not just by stars, but like where they are. So I do like to rank them by national rank. Again, the other thing you can do if you want to be super, super hands-on with this is while you're on default, if you want to change, like let's say I really want Sean Whitted, right? I'm going to put him up to number 1. When I go to national, you'll notice that even that he's not a 3-star, right? He's not going to show up in these top because he's not a 3-star. But the number still sticks. So I still know he's number one for me. People, you can double tap the favorite guy too with a star. You can absolutely do that. One of the cool things you can do though is it always saves where they are. Excuse me, on your board. So like if you've got 3 quarterbacks, right? You got 3 quarterbacks and they're on default. You can actually move them. I don't think you do it here, can you? No. But if you got 3 quarterbacks on your board, right? You can move them around and make sure that even if they're just on your board, you can move them up and down. So that way, when you go to like the quarterback spot, even it's on national, if you like one guy better than the next guy, right? Well, the other thing is too, David. Like, not a lot of people get to the gem part. A lot of people don't have scouting hours. So for $275, you can do that. Now I have recruiting on automatic. We're gonna leave it on automatic because I'm an offensive coordinator. So the other thing I'm gonna look out here is the blueprint again. There is one little spot right here that is not showing. And that is if you're a head coach, you're gonna have a box here that changes what your allocations are. It does nothing. It does absolutely nothing except give you guardrails. It gives you, hey, it changes these percentages right here. So you can kind of keep track of what you're doing. So kind of cool. Again, hire staff and managed facilities are on auto because we are offensive coordinator. We don't get to hire staff and we don't get to manage facilities. When we get to be a head coach, which we will do in this series, I will get into that more to give us something to do in some extra stuff to do in a future episode. You know what I mean? We are going to have 4 episodes of this too. 4 episodes of this. So next week. Yeah, a lot of ways you can customize the recruiting look. I think that's a super important thing. Okay, so weekly advanced summary. Now we'll let this go by here for a second. So none of our players leveled up, so we did not get any level up ourselves, right? We forced 10 turnovers. We forced 2 already. Recruiting update. They're grayed out, which means they're gone. Now we have it on automatic, so not really that worried about it, but the 3 stars we're going after have already moved into their top 5. Coach XP goals, we got 74 XP over those things. We're up to 469 out of 500. The My School update, what players are at risk depending on what their deal breaker is. So we got a bunch of playstyle guys. We got a bunch of championship contender guys. We got a bunch of pro potential guys, some brand exposure, and then some play time down here. Beal's big thing is Beal doesn't like the fact that, he's a 67 overall, probably gonna get kicked off the team. So yeah, there we go. Rob Billings was the defensive player of the week. Unfortunately for us, means nothing. That helps us, though. DeAndre Johnson, 11 for 130 and 2 tutties. I'm sorry. 11 for 130 and 2 tutties is crazy. I'm very happy. National Offensive Player of the Week was DeAndre Johnson. Oh, it is week 0. Never mind. Yo, DeAndre Johnson, kind of a monster. Kind of a monster. I kind of love it. All right, so we have FCS Southeast next. Same thing with the week plan. Okay, so now you'll see this. See the computer automatic. I told you before that because you have an increased risk of injury, the computer automatically puts them on limited practice. Same thing with Creel. Creel's got the same thing. Even though he doesn't have a limited risk of injury, he has a nagging injury somewhere. Has to, because that's why they have it unlimited. Same thing with the junior. Same thing limited here. Now, because it's FCS, if I wanted to sit Caden Grill for a week, I could put him off if I wanted to. We're going to leave him on limited practice to show you what ends up happening with this. Confirm. And you see here, so 2 guys, limited practice, get significantly less XP, almost almost half XP, by the way. It's almost a 50% cut on limited. So there is, while the computer does a great job, please don't get me wrong, there is something to be said about handling your own practice reps. This is the same as it is in Madden. Like, there is a real risk of them getting hurt on a full practice, but that XP gain is double. And as someone said before, when you get talent developer, like that just increases XP gain that much more. And when you're a small school, XP is life. XP is life. I'm like Danny Rojas, except I'm a progression guy instead of a football guy. You know, XP is life with this stuff, chat. So the other thing about limited, the other risk is this. So Lyles and Burks will both start with cold composure to start the next game. Whereas you see two guys with the full practices will start with a hot. Those of you that have played Dynasty before, or anyone with experience, knows 100%. If you have a fire, if you have a hot quarterback on composure, they play so much better. Hot linemen play better. Hot wide receivers catch more. It is better overall. Composure affects everything. Composure is like awareness on steroids. Composure affects everything in this game, and is incredibly important, and so many people overlook it, unfortunately. So, see if they did the recruiting. Oh, they did. Look at that. Look at that. They do have the recruiting going on. Okay, okay. We like it. All right, FCS Southeast time, chat. We're going to go ahead and sim this game. So next week, if we lose FCS Southeast, chat, the whole series is over. The whole series is immediately over. We end now. Okay. Championship contender went down. That doesn't give me a good sign, chat. We did get 2 more turnovers, so the grade is good. Recruiting update. We have Eli in top 5 schools, but everybody else, wait, is Gooden in there too? So these 4, I'm gonna move us down. One of them is a QB that we were looking at. So those 4 are no longer gonna be part of our lives, and we wish them well in their future endeavors, chat. Caden Creel, CS Conference USA Player of the Week, 164 yards, 2 tutties. That means we won, Chad. It has to mean we won, right? We won. Okay, we did win. So our next game is the MAC against Ohio. Same thing. And now you see the loop we're talking about, right? You see where that gameplay loop comes in. Okay, we lost Caleb Nix and we lost Curtis Perry. We talked about the week off, chat. Injuries are an automatic week off. Injuries are an automatic week off. They're already going to be injured anyway. Same thing. You see Creel, little problem with his arm. Caden Creel, so he's on limited practice. This is very dangerous, especially with quarterbacks. So go ahead and confirm this. And again, you see it again. Top 4 here are on fire. So it's Farrington, Davis, Butler, and Campbell. Juwan Campbell is going to be starting on cold. Lando, and again, look at that. You don't have to look at it. Look at the way the XP gain goes. 755, 700, 590, 485, 200, 260s. See what I mean? See what I mean? Like, if you're really trying, and look at the no practices. Look at the no practices. Yes, they get their wear and tear back, right? But they get no XP. No XP, man. Just, Ohio's your lump? Let's go. No XP, and they're going to start with decreased composure. It's such a risky play. Now, again, there are some limited practice, like Creel's got lower XP, but you see he doesn't have an impact there. So it's real, yeah. Especially when you're a smaller school, man, it is a tough go of it. There is a mental decision to be made every player for this stuff. The computer does a good job of keeping them healthy. The computer does not do a good job of if you want somebody to get more. There are practice injuries, but those guys were injured ahead of time, Ace. Let's see how the recruiting looks. Again, we're leaving the recruiting on auto for the time being. I want to see how the computer goes with it. And then as we go on, episode 2, episode 3 of this series, we're going to go into what it looks like to recruit, like as a head coach, week to week. What does it look like to recruit on when we get to like a powerhouse team? Like what's the big differences there? What's the NIL look like? That kind of stuff. So, we're in top 3. Okay, so they're putting some hours in there. They're putting the hours in there, separating them out a little bit. I don't hate what they're doing. They're adding targets in. I mean, they're practically impossible. Struck out 17. Ooh, that's not good. Same thing. Let's keep going. We do have coach points, though. We have 60 coach points to work with. So let's go ahead and see what we can upgrade there, chat. Obviously, we're going to stick a motivator. We really want our quarterback to play better. I'm also a huge offensive line, defensive line guy. If you can get your better offensive linemen, I think the trenches win. I think you start the trenches, work your way out. Always a great way to do that motivator wise. There's also in the scheme guru tactician tree. I always love the ability to upgrade their ratings a little bit more. So what we're going to do here is, even though we have a toughness stamina injury over on the quarterback already, we're going to go ahead and do the same thing here and get them up a little bit more. There we go. Yeah. Off-season training boost. Remember, this is a huge one. While composure is good, the tier 3 on all of these is exactly the same for different positions. Off-season training boosts. When you get to the training week where it really shows those boosts, you can absolutely see the positions that have this compared to the positions that don't. And again, when you're a small school, that off-season training boost, transfer portal's already done. You're not losing anybody with this extra training. Transfer portal is already done. All of the other stuff is done. Your team is your team. Then they get this off-season training boost. And all of a sudden, your team jumps up 5 overall overnight. So this is one of the reasons I like Motivator, especially on, like I said, especially on like a smaller team, a younger team, a lower star team. It gives you that extra year of guys that might have left already because they're so good. You know what I mean? Next week. Sorry, chat. All right, there we go. All right, cool. Win 75% of conference games. We're not there yet, so. Yeah, trenches are massive. 2-1. So we win against Ohio. That's actually huge here. We're going to go into the practice. We're going to a little bit more here. Let's dive in. All right, we got an injury for Quay Hood, injury for Curtis Perry, injury for Caleb Nix. Okay, so they're still hurt. Let's go position by position. You can see who the computer already set here, and you see why they set these no practices. See that? See, you see why the computer's doing this? Andrew Rumpf has, a pretty significant arm injuries there. Jeremiah Orr has chest injuries. Chest injuries are so tough to get over in this game, unfortunately. Like it feels like everything you're doing is gives chest wear and tear. So, 1 second, chat. All right, so that's no practice. We're not going to change them. Obviously, I can change the week off. Is there any limiteds we want to change? Dude, I really, again, Caden Creel, I know he's hurt, but like I'd really like to get Caden Creel some more XP. Although the more XP we give Caden Creel, the better chance he has of leaving. What's his deal breaker? Pro potential? Ooh. Ooh, I think Caden Creel's going, chat. You know what? You can do your limited. So at-risk players are QBs. Okay. So we're going to go with full practice with those guys. What I really like to do is if it's a starting player, like I'm okay giving them limited practice. If it's a backup that's on limited practice, I like to push them anyway. Full practice, everyone there. Okay. Tight ends are fine. Left tackle increase? Nah. You're a sophomore. Go out and practice. Remember Lance Johnson, chat. Remember Lance Johnson. Matter of fact, I've got a good way to remember him. I've got a great way to remember him, chat. You ready? The next game giveaway. The next game giveaway is exactly how we're gonna remember him, because we're gonna use him as the text for it. Chat, if you want to be involved in the next giveaway, is a full version of the game, either Xbox or PlayStation. Go ahead, use the name Lance. Use the name Lance. Put it in chat. Left guard, full practice, limited practice, same thing. We gotta remember. I just want to see what happens to him. Okay. Because I'm switching some of these guys from limited to full. All right, boys. We'll roll that in a minute here. We will roll that in a minute here. Full practice on the edge, full practice. Damn, defensive tackles where we're really struggling. You know what we're gonna do? I'm also gonna set our practice rep, or set our in-game reps. Show you guys a little gameplay tip that'll help you out a little bit. This is safe. This is one of the things I actually really like to do here. Let me go ahead and confirm this. Did we lose anybody? I'm just curious because I put like the left tackle. Yes. Yes. They all stayed. No injuries. Okay, good. Chat, you go to coach? I'm sorry, you go to team? Right? Is it under settings, chat? Hold on. Auto subs. Here we go. Auto subs. These are the positions you want to worry about. Grind it out, can stay at quarterback. Unless you have an option offense, unless you have a Navy or something, then you want to put it probably a normal. Halfback, keep fresh. Offensive line, keep fresh. Defensive tackle, keep fresh. Defensive end, keep fresh. Everybody else, you can do what you want with. Those are the ones that I like to make sure are very specific. You can even customize this if you want. Normal is 4560, keep fresh is 8592. That is a very large number. Your starters might miss more snaps, but your players are going to last longer. One of the things that I've seen a lot of problems with is having players that have career wear and tear, guys that start as like rookies or freshmen or sophomore, having career wear and tear go down too quickly. These settings, and you can set these in the game too, help immensely with that. Again, might lose your starters a little bit more, but it's worth it in my opinion. Let's see how the computer's doing recruiting, chat. Actually, let's see how the computer ranked these guys. There we go. They're going after the 3-star Stephon Gooden. Okay. Interesting. They're still spreading hours out a lot. Interesting. But they're going after the guys. Like, they're going after a lot of... Oh, wow. They took the entire... I don't know if you see this or not. They took my entire recruiting board, tore it apart, and they're going after 3-stars. So they're going to go after 3-stars first and then fill in from underneath that. So, kind of cool. Yeah, I mean, that's the same. How I will say that too. If you play every down, you can absolutely dive in hands-on. I try to do the same thing. I normally keep the defensive line and the running back mainly, but since we're doing some simming here, I want to make sure that those guys, because you can very clearly tell the defensive tackles are the ones that are hurt all the time. What's up, Donnie? How you doing? CPU recruiting for this year is much better than it has been in years past. I agree with that. Agree with that. Full on agree with that. Oh, we're up. We leveled up. Okay. Our players are doing something. Let's go. Championship contender grade went up a little bit. Kona, I think they do. Hold on, let's see. Well, we can very easily check it. Battle. So we lost Cashman, but they're in the fight for some of these 3 stars, man. Some CPU taking nothing. Chat, let's roll this giveaway one more time. Lance at the top of the screen. Type Lance in chat if you want a chance at a full game code, either Xbox or PlayStation. We'll roll it in about 10 seconds here. Yeah, Detroit, it's such a great idea, man. It's such a great idea. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll it. Kona Deuce. Kona Deuce, are you here, brother? I know you are. Type in chat. Kona, do me a favor. Type in chat what console you're on, my man. Tell me what console you need the code for. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Give me 1 second. You want PS5? I got you. We have 1 PS5 and 1 Xbox left. Kona, in your whisper, PS5 code, my man. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Removed from Ultimate Team and have focus on Dynasty? I mean, honestly, it's probably hell. I like Ultimate Team. I can only stick with 1, but I'm with you. All right. Recruiting another year. Let's do it here. So they got, I mean, they're trying. They're definitely trying. Like they're actually involved way more. It's fun to watch them do this now. I can't believe they're going after so many 3 stars. That's crazy. I wonder, I want to see when the computer adjusts. All right, weekly practice plan, chat. Again, this is our loop right now. Who practices? Who's hurt? Do we want to keep pushing people? Yo, Nilo, my guy. Nilo with the extra. The notifications are off right now. But again, the 5 gifted subs with 1 extra for the dual format, my brother. I appreciate you. Oh, because we're doing sponsor stream. Oh, wait. Nilo, you didn't see anything. Nilo, you didn't say anything. I fixed it. I fixed it, Nilo. Sorry. I definitely had the brand related thing checked the whole time. Vertical format hashtag sponsored? Ooh. Ooh. Really? I like it, Nilo. I like it a lot. Vertical formats, dude, it's so much nicer, right? Nilo, it's so much nicer to have that, like, chat up there, right? Vertical format, it's so much. Chat, 1 in chat if you watch the vertical format, just out of curiosity. This is a Twitch thing. 1 in chat if you watch the vertical format on your mobile. It 100% is, Nilo. 100% is. Anybody? Come on, you all were talking to me before about how it was. Use PC? It is worth it. For those of you who don't know what it looks like, just out of curiosity. Let me clear all these out first. Here you go. That's what it looks like. So we got the picture down here, the full game screen, and the chat going up here. So, and my little mod button. If you're a streamer, set it up, boys. If you're a streamer, set it up. Oh, Nilo, I had it ready to go, brother. You missed the Lance? We can do another giveaway. You know what? We are going to do it. We're going to do another game giveaway while we're waiting here. The giveaway term, since I just highlighted it, is vertical, chat. Type vertical in the chat room. You get an opportunity to win either Xbox or PlayStation. Either one of them. The mod button's right, man. Oh, yeah, mod here too. Yeah, Neil, I'm very like, I mean, you know me. I'm professional. I want it to be. I want it to look perfect. So like when it clips, I want it to like have the zoning not only for Twitch, but like if I have to share it other places. So. All right, we're gonna let this go. Full practice, no one hurt. Decreased composure though, both defensive tackles. All right. 4 verts, yeah, 4 verts. Hell yeah. MTSU. Let's go ahead and we have 50 points. Let's go into the again gameplay loop, chat. We're going one by one every single time. We're gonna give. Do I want them to start hot and close games? Yes. We're gonna give. So another thing about Motivator is not just progression. You can actually have any one of your positions. There's the one notification I didn't turn back off. You can have any of your notifications, or any of your positions start hot in the fourth quarter. Again, incredible bonus to shifting momentum if you have your entire team start hot. So heads up with that. All right. All right, we have 20 more points. Who do I want to? Let's just start on the defensive side. Start on the defensive side. Okay. All right, recruiting, MTSU, Sim it, boys. Let's go to the next week. And again, if you guys have any questions about Dynasty mode, any questions about anything in the game at all, please, we are here to help. This is going to be next week as well. It's this week, next week. Let's see here. It's the 21st, the 28th, the 4th, and then we will clean it up on September 18th. Okay? September 18th is when we clean it all up. So, 4 dates. I will have different topics to talk about, going from small school to big school, job transfers, what it's like recruiting. Once you get to one of these bigger schools, we'll have all of that stuff as we go. All of that stuff as we go. We've already got our 9 turnovers, chat, in our sim, so even better. Who did we lose? All right, we lost 3 more. Never get discouraged by this if you're a smaller school, chat. Just alter what you're doing. You lose somebody, go find somebody on the recruiting path, turn it around. Turnover goal is looking good, yes. But if you lose somebody, let's say, hey, I lost a wide receiver I was going after, right? Go find another one that's not involved in something, add them back up. The computer shows you a very good, like, structure of what you're doing here. So recruiting-wise, you lost a wide receiver, right? Well, that's all right. He's gone. I got 3 more waiting. I got 3 more guys waiting to go. I lose another one, I'll replace it with somebody else. How do you lure a player who's verbal committed elsewhere? When they have a verbal, you have to either have them visit. Now remember, if somebody verbals somewhere, right? Is anyone verbal and committed yet? Let me just double check here. No one's verbal yet. Okay, got it. Okay. So if someone verbal commits, the top team, what you'll see is this will all go away, right? And it'll say verbal. Okay? It'll also say, where it says top 3, it'll say verbal here too. Okay? If you are the number 1 team, it'll tell you over here, like 1.2 or 1.3%, right? You get a bonus. Whoever gets the verbal first gets a bonus to influence. So it's like a recruiting battle. It's the same thing, except the first team gets a 1.2% increase. If you are in the 2nd or 3rd spot and you want to jump, there is one of 2 ways to do it normally. And that is visit, which means you need to plan the visit before the verbal happens. You need to plan for the fact. You need to see that influence bar and go, okay, I know they're going to hit this verbal. I'm going to try to match my visit when they hit the verbal, right? That's one. The second thing you can do is go to edit scholarship. And if you have any bonus money, if this is not maxed out, right? Let's say you have this at like right here. Add NIL money. You add NIL money, there's gonna be 3 different spots that feedback goes to. Let's do with somebody else that doesn't have a max deal already. He's gonna max. I'm gonna assume the lower ones don't have it, right? Okay, yeah, like this. Oh, he doesn't even have a scholarship offered. Hold on. I do like that some of these guys don't offer scholarships. I really like that. Sorry, chat. So, but beware. Beware when you do this, okay? Once you get up to 10, so like the computer offered him 10. He was at 0 when he started. Once, yo, Dark Witcher, thank you for the gift sub. Once you get up to 10, the second you lower it back down, very disinterested. You are now setting the floor. You are now setting the floor, and the max is 10 anyway, so he starts at 0. He was just normal when he did that. The second you move it up, you cannot go backwards, okay? But if you're here and none of this is filled, if you go up your NIL, you are going to up your impact that much more for influence. So you have to do one of 2 things. If you're in verbal, you either have to have a visit or you have to move the NIL up to where it says either very interested or it'll say interested, very interested. It just can't have the orange face. Can't have the yellow face. So when the head coach is fired, does he get back in the coaching carousel? Yes. Yes. Doesn't always get a job, but goes back into the carousel. All right, let's roll the vertical chat. This is for Xbox or PlayStation. One last time. If you are interested, type the word vertical in chat. Does not have to worry about cap sensitive. This is for a full code for the full game code for the game. Full game code for the game. Full code for the. It's a code for the full game. There we go. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. RGE the Ghost, my guy. My brother. I know you're in here. Give it to me. Tell me what console I can send to you, brother. Tell me what console I can send to you, my man. What game? What version of the game? I'm not sending consoles out. I know you are here. I saw that you typed it a second time. Talk to me, my brother. PlayStation, I got you. I got you. And then chat, we're going to have one more roll after this. Absolutely, RGE. Absolutely, my man. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for watching the stream. Appreciate that. Sending out consoles now? Don't you all wish? Chat, we got one more to give out. And we're going to go back to the original word, chat. We're going to go back to the original word. And that original word was, I can never spell it. Original word is Dynasty, chat. Chat, go ahead and write the word Dynasty in chat. We have an Xbox code is the last one we have. Xbox code is the last one we have, all right? Xbox code is the last one we have. God, we had injuries throughout the... Killing me. Creel's back on full. That's good, though. Okay, good. Damn, look at all this decrease. This is where it's at, chat. Look at all these decreased composures. Man. By the way, if you have a composure issue, best way to get around it is to perform. So if you've got an offensive composure, you know, a couple short passes, couple of positive runs. If you're on defense, a couple of stops, but be safe about it. Don't go putting guys in cover 0 with low composure. They're gonna get beat, okay? Definitely be very, very careful with that, okay? That's the big one. That's the big one. See how recruiting goes. Always like to check in on the CPU. You know what I mean, chat? There's some fight in these guys. There's some fight in these guys. I like it. Penn State has 1,200 NIL. Appreciate you, G-Men. Thank you, brother. We have alerts turned off for this stream, but we'll have it back on Monday. I don't think we signed anybody yet, have we? Jacksonville, yep. No one signed yet. Come on, Jacksonville State. Come on, coach. Get our guys in here. Let's upgrade a couple more coach skills before the game. 30 points. You already know where it's going. You already know where it's going. I ain't got to tell nobody. When is it safe to move to a bigger conference? When you are dominating. You have to wait. It's safe to move to a bigger conference when you have dominated the conference you're in. I'm talking a couple of conference championships and you're blowing teams out. Because when you move up, you're going to be the redheaded stepchild for that. Okay, remember that. You're gonna be the low end of that. That's when it's safe. It's safe when you're absolutely dominating. Let's see here, chat. All right. One last call for the giveaway, chat. If you want a copy of the Xbox version of CFB 27, Xbox version. Make sure you have Dynasty in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and roll it here in about 3 or 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Matt O Personality, my guy. Hello, Matt. How's it going, man? Haven't seen you in a hot second, my brother. Hope you've been well, dude. Brother, confirm to me that you're in the chat and Xbox is okay for you, Matt. Confirm to me that you're that Xbox is okay and you're still here. Dum, dum, dum. You know what I need? I need them to activate my GIFing. Let me GIF. I got so many people here waiting to. I got so many people here in my stream waiting for that stuff. Matt, double check for me one more second. Matt, tell me you're here. Everyone tag. Oh, Matt. I don't even see Matt. I don't even see Matt here, right? No, I'll give Matt another 30 seconds, chat. I'll give Matt another 30 seconds. This is a big game. This Kennesaw State's a big game for us. Give Matt another 30 seconds, then I will re-roll, chat. If you've already entered, you will already be available for this. You do not have to re-enter. You do not have to re-enter the giveaway. I'll give Matt a couple more seconds to make sure. By the way, YouTube, I appreciate the hell out of you. Dynasty Helper episode 1 is out. We'll be back next Friday, 1 o'clock. Dynasty Helper episode 2 will be live Monday at 5 p.m. with some more franchise action.